Naruto, starting the live broadcast to the ninja world. Hello again, dear adventurers of the multiverse. Thanks for joining us once more on this epic journey. Remember, this story is pure science fiction from our wild imagination, so don't go trying to summon dragons in your backyard. The rights of this amazing novel belong entirely to its original author, we are only the narrators. Do you want more adventures? Show some love to our YouTube channel with a subscription and a like. And if you'd like to support us and access extra content, we are now on Ko-Fi with open arms. Chapter 201 After the War. Don't think of ending it with death. Instead of dying, it's better to survive and help me. What I want to do is for all ninjas to work together, of course, including you, even if you agree, others may not agree. Naruto interrupted, that's enough. If you keep making trouble and say a few more words, I will beat you up again. Maybe I will go against you, Naruto said firmly. Then I will stop you again. But you won't do this again. Sasuke looked at his profile and asked, why are you so sure? Naruto turned to look at him, don't make me repeat the same thing so many times, why don't you understand? Yes, you are much dumber than me. Sasuke's eyes filled with tears and he turned his face away as the tears fell. Ninja world. What Sasuke said was quite sad. Even if Naruto is willing, others may not be willing. Except for those who care about Sasuke. The people in Konoha seem to have a lot of prejudices against him, especially after he did something like this. After all, no one in a peaceful ninja village like the five great nations would agree with Sasuke's ideas. Sasuke's words prove that he also wants to return to Konoha, but he is not sure whether others can accept him. Naruto finally caught up with his good friend. Phew. He got him back. But his tough look. It gave me a very strange picture in my mind. In a strange picture, Sasuke said aggrievedly. Even if you want to marry me, your parents will not agree. Naruto glared at her and said forcefully, that's enough. If you keep making trouble and say a few more words, I'll beat you up. End of screen. The man's mouth twitched. He is obviously a very normal person, but why does such a strange picture appear in his mind? It's just weird. On screen, Sakura woke up and helped Kakashi to the top of the cliff of the Valley of the End. There, it is here indeed. The two looked at each other. Sakura put Kakashi's arm down, and hurriedly ran towards Naruto and Sasuke, who were lying together at the bottom of the cliff looking at the two people's missing arms. Sakura's pupils trembled. Kakashi felt mixed emotions when he saw this scene. Naruto saw Sakura using the palm fairy technique to heal them and said with a smile, thank you, Sakura. Sasuke's voice was even weaker at this moment. Sakura, don't talk yet, let me concentrate. Sorry. After hearing Sasuke's apology, Sakura asked, why do you say, sorry? For what I did before. Yes, you really? Sakura's voice trembled when she said this, and tears fell on her legs. How abominable. Idiot. On the cliff, Kakashi recalled the scenes of Team 7, and saw Naruto and Sasuke talking and laughing at the bottom of the cliff, and he breathed a sigh of relief. Finally back, Sasuke looked at Naruto, who was chatting and laughing with Sakura. Naruto. At this moment, I remembered what you said at that time. You said that when you were with me, you felt that brothers might be like this. I finally understood this feeling, just like I felt the pain and emotions of my father, mother, and brother Itachi. Now it's you, Naruto. I can also feel your pain and emotions. You have not cut off your connection with me, and have always tried to get closer to my heart. It's no wonder you keep calling me your friend even though you vent all your anger on me. I have tried to sever this bond. As Sasuke's voice sounded, Naruto and Sasuke on the screen used their intact hand to form the seal of reconciliation. And the illusions of the ninjas from the five major ninja villages were successively broken. Ninja world. If I had Naruto's determination to pursue Sasuke, my goddess and I's children would be crawling this year. Sasuke has become gentler, which makes me a little uncomfortable. The causes and consequences of the future are probably clear now. I believe the five major countries will also make some responses in advance. Right, Pure Land. Izuna said with great sorrow. Senju Hashirama, you should learn from Naruto. No matter what happened to Sasuke, Naruto never thought of killing him. Hashirama looked at Naruto and Sasuke, who had reconciled, and fell into deep thought. The picture in my mind. Madara, Hashi-sama. I will destroy Konoha? He glared at me and said in a tough tone, Dada. If you keep making trouble and say a few more words, do you believe I will beat you up? Ben turned his face away in grievance, tears streaming down the corners of his eyes. From then on, Madara and he protected the village together. A few years later, Madara's efforts were seen by the villagers and he was recognized by the villagers and succeeded as the second generation. End of screen. Hashirama shook his head quickly. Fortunately, Madara will never know this extremely explosive fantasy scene in his mind. Otherwise he would be furious. Fire Nation Muai Village Hokage Building Saratobi heroes and watch the aftermath of the battle between Naruto and Sasuke on the screen. Let's handle it like it's on screen. No one except the relevant personnel is allowed to see Naruto. The village must also come up with a new rule. Last time, just because Naruto was revealed as the future savior, hundreds of tourists from other places came to the village and caused quite a commotion. This time, I don't know how many people will come to Konoha specifically to see Naruto and Sasuke. Afterwards, they saw on the screen that Kakashi succeeded as the 6th Hokage, and the Kages from the other villages came to visit Naruto on screen. After fist bumping with Killer Bee, Naruto looked at the people from the Sands village walking towards him from a distance. I Love Luo Gaara walked closer to Naruto and stretched out his left hand. The two held hands together, and Gaara said softly, "You saved me again." The 4th Raikage also smiled and said, "And us." After a few pleasantries, everyone present and everyone in the ninja world knew that the village was currently researching and culturing Hashirame's cells, and planned to use Hashirame's cells to make a prosthetic limb for Naruto. Gaara asked, "How is he?" When talking about Sasuke, Naruto felt a little heavy. "I don't really want to talk about his affairs, and my superiors don't allow me to talk about it." Yeah. Screen turn. Shikamaru led Naruto to the door of a classroom at the ninja school. Naruto looked puzzled and asked, "By the way, why did you bring me to the ninja school?" Shikamaru pulled open the sliding door of the classroom. Iruka-sensei, and Kakashi-sensei." Shikamaru smiled and said, "It's not a teacher, it's the Hokage." Naruto was shocked. "When did it happen?" Shikamaru said speechlessly, "Didn't we have an internal notice this morning?" "I don't know. What should I call you? Kakashi Hokage?" "Hokage Kakashi-sensei, let's talk about this later." "Naruto?" Kakashi looked at Naruto and asked, "You didn't even take the Chunin exam, did you?" Seeing Naruto nod, Kakashi said seriously, "Uzumaki Naruto. In the name of the 6th Hokage, I appoint you as the Jonin of Konohagakure." Chapter 202. Fortunately I didn't. And number 039, T. Kill You. Ninja World. Naruto, he finally became a Jonin. Then Sasuke is the only one who is still a Jonin. It should have been done a long time ago. With Naruto's strength, he should have been appointed as a Jonin during the 5th generation. Is this really okay? Although Naruto is very powerful, even the 5 Kage combined are no match for him, but he has no experience in becoming a Jonin after all. On screen looking at Naruto's grinning mouth, Kakashi said, "I also want to announce it directly, but before that, you have to complete one thing." At this moment, the classroom door was opened. The 3 little ones, Yuden, Moji, and Konohamaru, walked in holding piles of books. Pure Land. Hashirama looked at the books and a box of scrolls placed on the podium, looking frightened. "Isn't this too exaggerated?" Even Izuna was shocked. A Jonin needs to master so much knowledge. He looked at the horrified Naruto on the screen with a sympathetic look on his face. Kaguya glanced at the books with fear, then quickly fixed the screen and slightly looked away. A bead of sweat slid down her cheek. "Hagoromo, the world you protect is indeed filled with only pain." Ninja World Key. Kakashi, who talks with heavy breaths. "It's too much?" He actually made Naruto learn so many things. For Naruto, learning so many things might be better than letting him fight Sasuke again. These are the knowledge that everyone from Chunin to Kage must master, right? If it's just for Jonin, that would be too much. On screen this is, Kakashi explained, that is, learning, study. "I don't want to study." Naruto rushed to the window, like a prisoner trying to escape from prison, and collapsed. "I won't learn. I won't learn. I won't learn. Instead of learning, I'd rather be a Jonin for the rest of my life." Konohamaru walked behind him and said seriously, "There is no shortcut on the road to becoming Hokage." Hearing this, Naruto was startled and stopped struggling. Kakashi also said, "Naruto, I don't need to say much about your strength as a ninja, but if you want to become a Hokage in the future, you must first stand above others and learn how to be a leader. Besides, you are smart, and Shikamaru can assist you in general strategies. But even so, you still need a minimum of knowledge and accomplishment." Konohamaru handed the book in his hand to Naruto. "Aren't you and I both opponents who aim to become Hokage?" Naruto took it. Screen turned. That night, Naruto's head was smoking and tears welled up in the corners of his eyes. Iruka encouraged, "You have worked hard, Naruto. In 2 years, you will be able to become a Jonin." Naruto, with smoke coming out of his head, collapsed and said, "It's been too long. Okay. Let's stop here for today and go eat ramen." Naruto instantly recovered and cheered, "Great." The other side. Konoha Interrogation Department. There was the sound of the door opening and Sasuke turned his head. Sasuke. Then, The scene changed to the next day. Kakashi said to Sasuke, "To be honest, you should have been forced to go to jail. The reason why your request was accepted and your past actions were exempted from punishment is because you have made outstanding contributions in lifting the infinite Tsukuyomi, but I became the 6th Hokage, and Naruto, the hero who ended this war, has repeatedly pleaded for you. These 2 points are even more important. Remember, don't mess around in the future, otherwise I will be held responsible," Sasuke said. "I'm sorry," Sakura looked at him reluctantly and asked, "Do you really have to leave?" Lady Tsunade said that the prosthetic limb made with Lord Hashirame's cells will soon be available. "I want to know how I view this world and the ninja world now. I feel like I can see things that I missed before, things that only I can see now. Besides, there are some things that I am worried about." Hearing Sasuke's words, Sakura blushed and lowered her head. "If I say, I will go with you too," Sasuke closed his eyes and said, "this is also my journey of atonement. You have nothing to do with my sins." Sakura dropped her head completely helplessly. "It's irrelevant, at this time," 2 fingers pointed at her forehead. "Next time." "Thank you." Sakura's pupils kept trembling, and there seemed to be a stream of light passing through her eyes. Then, Kakashi and Sakura watched Sasuke's back getting farther and farther away until one moment, Sasuke stopped. He turned to look at Naruto, who was leaning against a tree. "I thought you wouldn't come to see me off." Naruto didn't say anything, but handed him the forward protector with a scratch on its screen. Naruto, wearing the robe of the 7th god, grinned down. At this point, the screen went black. Ninja World. After watching the story of Naruto and Sasuke, some people had mixed feelings, and their impressions were endless, but in the end, they just said one sentence: "Sasuke is so handsome." The girl next to her nodded like a chicken pecking at rice. "Sakura is so lucky, I'm so envious." Naruto's face looks very mature and steady, but I didn't expect that when he really succeeded the Hokage, he would still laugh. His wish has finally come true. It looks like many years will have passed by the time Naruto becomes the 7th Hokage. A wonderful story with many wonderful battles, which is unforgettable. This story is also worth people's deep thought. Is Sasuke's path really wrong? For the 5 major countries, maybe? After all, they have the ninjas of the village to protect peace for them. But once the Ninja World War comes, how can we, as ordinary people, be sure that we will not be affected by the battle between ninjas? It turns out that Naruto and Sasuke's strength was given by the Sage of 6 Paths, and Sasuke's Rinnegan is also his own. It's a pity that the host fast-forwarded their story a lot. To this day, we still don't know the identity of the masked man and what kind of illusion Madara's infinite moon reading is. But after all, this has exceeded the broadcast time by a lot, so it's understandable. Just when everyone in the ninja world thought the live broadcast would end, the next video appeared on the screen. In the picture, the 4th Raikage walked towards Sasuke. "Here I come." Boy, Sasuke's eyes drooped as he recalled the scene where the Raikage cut off his own arm after his arm was burnt by Amaterasu. The Raikage continued, "Naruto once knelt down and begged me for you. It was you who kidnapped my brother, and Danzo agreed to treat you as a traitor at our request." Sasuke looked stunned in memory. Naruto, with a bandage on his face, knelt down in front of the Raikage. "Please. I don't want to kill each other for revenge anymore. I beg you not to kill Sasuke, not to kill Uchiha Sasuke. Please. I don't want to kill each other for revenge anymore." End of memories. The Raikage said to Sasuke, "Fortunately, I didn't kill you. You understand yourself and others, don't go down the wrong path again. Then find a reason that people around you will agree with. This incident is one of the reasons." After saying that, the Raikage turned around and left without waiting for Sasuke to reply. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 203 6 Beauties of the Uchiha Clan. Fire Nation Muai Village. Uchiha Clan land. Sasuke's eyes widened in an instant, and he covered his mouth in surprise. Naruto. Naruto, that guy. His heart was filled with emotion. I never thought that Naruto would kneel down to others for him. Rain Country Pine looked at Naruto and said, "Naruto, although your starting point is to save Sasuke, only by killing each other in hatred can people experience pain. In order to avoid this pain, and because of this pain, they will understand the feelings of others. Mutual understanding among people is the primary condition for peace in the ninja world." Naruto scratched his head and retorted, "But, there's more than one kind of pain? Others can only understand the pain they've experienced, not all pain. How can this be considered true mutual understanding? Zion. Pain. This child looks stupid, but when he is being taught, his thoughts are surprisingly clear even though he is still young. Moreover, pain is like love, it can be passed on. Who would like to be brought pain for no reason? Just like my experience, I was only 6 years old, but everyone I met regarded me as the future savior. This is something that even I am not sure of. Pain's mouth twitched, understanding each other. Yes, he has not yet understood Naruto's current self, so what qualifications does he have to preach to Naruto? Naruto is under pressure to save the entire world. Ever since the live broadcast revealed that he is the savior, one can imagine how heavy the mood is for the young Naruto. They all selfishly entrusted the fate of the ninja world to a child. This is too shameless. Pain opened his mouth, but couldn't say this is your responsibility. Maybe it's because he has a sense of shame as a strong man. Naruto lowered his head in disappointment. Although everyone is very nice to me, I also know that this is my responsibility, and I will work hard to practice. Konan and Pine looked at each other, knew it. Naruto as Naruto faced with a heavy pressure brought by Uchiha Madara. I wonder if the Kages of the 5 major ninja villages have ever thought of escaping. At least Naruto didn't run away, he just complained about the high expectations people had on him, which caused him a lot of pressure. Pure Land Izuna took every opportunity to criticize Hashirama. Senju Hashirama, you are far inferior to Naruto. If you were not so dumb, my elder brother, he would definitely be saved by you. He wouldn't have to be killed by you. It can be seen that he has always been brooding over the fact that Hashirama killed Madara. Just then, the title of the next video appeared on the screen. I love Rin more than Obito. Pure Land Lin was stunned after she realized what was happening. Her ears turned red. What do you mean I love Rin more than Obito? What are you talking about? This Rin shouldn't be referring to me. How can Obito? Having said this, she suddenly stopped talking. Ninja World Obito? Is he the young ninja who was in the same class as Kakashi? It seems like the 3 students in Minato's class have a story as well. I remember this person. I remember he also wanted to kiss Kakashi in the photo frame. What does this title mean? Could it be that this Obito guy is two-timing? Divine Space. The fig leaf was lifted, and Obito's face became gloomy. His first thought, are you worthy of being compared with me? Second thought, this live broadcast won't expose me, right? On screen, the beautiful pictures of Coslin were scrolled through one by one. Those absolutely beautiful girls made many people in the ninja world hold their breath. Ninja world, some people couldn't help but breathe heavier. The water is flowing down. This is so beautiful. She is even more beautiful than those beauties in the Pure Heart Mantra. Someone has a filthy look on his face. An absolutely perfect beautiful girl. I feel like I love her more than anyone else. Hey, some people's eyes widened. I've never seen a girl with such delicate features. Divine Space. Obito exuded a gloomy aura. Was this the real Lin? In that case, why don't you just say that you love beautiful women more than anyone else? Why do you say you love Lin more than me? As he spoke, his voice became smaller and smaller because he saw a girl who was dressed very similar to Lin. Lin's image became clearer in his mind. Finally he muttered quietly, I don't, that's just, the feelings from my companions. As he said this, his one eye seemed to be a little erratic. I don't know what he was thinking about, but his heart suddenly snapped and shattered into pieces. If we talk about feelings towards a companion, it's Lin's feelings towards me. Fire Nation Muai Village. Kakashi felt a sharp pain in his heart and he closed his eyes gently. Lin can't be replaced. No matter how beautiful the girl is. On screen, next video 6 beauties from the Uchiha clan. There is also a line of small words below. Author Wild Ultraman. Note, this video is not a ranking. It can be seen that the author has a strong desire to survive first place. Uchiha Mikado. Various shots of Mikado appeared on the screen. Ninja world with such a beautiful face and a gentle temperament. Sasuke's father is truly blessed. Mikado's charm is no less than that of Lin. Before, Mikado and Sasuke are really alike, but it's a pity that Sasuke is not a girl, so Naruto doesn't have that good fortune. I wonder if Sasuke is among these 6 beauties? QQQQ. On screen after Mikado's video is finished, the next one will be up second place. Uchiha Chisato. In the videos Hilly looked at the tribesman in front of him, who was killing his own people, and drew his knife. Since you also want to fight me with swords, there's nothing I can do. Unexpectedly, Hilly suddenly threw away the knife in his hand with a ding sound. The tip of the knife pierced into the ground. She whispered, there must be other solutions besides fighting. Humph. My hands are already stained with blood. Even if I want to stop now, I will not be forgiven. Hilly said, you don't know yourself, you don't know your true power. The Uchiha clan member shouted angrily, "Shut up!" After saying that, he rushed towards Zilly with a knife in hands. Zilly jumped back and avoided the attack of the tribe. "It's not too late to turn back now. If you want, just hold my hand." As she spoke, she extended her hand toward the tribesman. The Uchiha clan member said loudly, "Humph! I won't be fooled." Zilly said nothing and held out his hand to him. The Uchiha gritted his teeth and finally swung his sword at Zilly. Blood splattered everywhere, and Zilly turned into a piece of wood and disappeared. Zilly appeared on a rock behind him and said to him, "If you don't listen to my advice anyway, I have corresponding preparations." The Uchiha turned and rushed towards Zilly. This time Zilly did not dodge, and the two figures passed each other. Blood sprayed. The Uchiha's mouth opened slightly. Chapter 204 Uchiha Spring. Obviously, if a real fight breaks out, he will be the one who gets hurt, and his eyes turned gray. The Uchiha's figure appeared on the rock beside Cherry. He said in a mad way, "How could you sneak attack me from behind? You are quite good. But as long as Izanagi is here, you can't defeat me. I will take you down immediately." Zilly didn't say anything. He looked at him quietly for a moment and then dropped the knife in his hand. Ninja world. It's confusing. But this beauty is indeed very beautiful, and she has a very good temperament. She looks like a princess. She also has the Mangekyou Sharingan, and her strength is even stronger than that of ordinary members of the Mangekyou Sharingan clan. She gives me the feeling of a beautiful, powerful, gentle sister. Even though Lin and Mikoto didn't make my heart flutter, the appearance of this sister made my heart flutter. She's not the type that's stunning at first glance, but the more I look at her, the better she looks. Fire Nation. Itachi narrowed his eyes, lost in thought, same as the first scenario, forming a closed loop. Has the spell been successfully activated at this time? Iza, Nami. On screen the Uchiha clan member slashed at Zilly with a knife, and Zilly's body once again turned into a piece of wood and dissipated. How is this possible? My right eye should have been blinded by Izanagi, Zilly said. The Izanagi you rely on cannot save you. Shut up. The Uchiha rushed towards Zilly in a rage. The two figures intertwined. The Uchiha gritted his teeth in pain. Not yet, not yet, not yet over. As he finished speaking, his eyes turned gray. Zilly held out his hand and walked towards him. The Uchiha clan member asked loudly and unwillingly, "Why? There shouldn't be a fate in this world that Izanagi can't change." Zilly stretched out his hand in front of him. "Accept what you have done and the future that awaits you." The Uchiha closed his eyes in despair. How can these blood-stained hands be forgiven? Even so, you have to accept it. When the Uchiha saw Zilly's hand reaching out in front of him again, he let out a desperate roar, raised the knife in his hand, and stabbed it hard into the ground. He knelt on the ground and said dejectedly, "I will not rely on Izanagi anymore." He raised his head and looked at Zilly. "I will accept the reality and move towards the future." As he said this, he held Zilly's hand. Just then, the kaleidoscope of Zilly turned grayish-white. Ninja world. The Uchiha clan used Danzo's jutsu that can resurrect, right? After using it, the Sharingan will go blind. Then what did Miss Cherry use? Why does it look like an illusion, like a genjutsu that can decide the fate of others? These are only a small number of people who can see it a little bit, and there are naturally many people who are still confused after watching it. But before they could think about it, the next person appeared on the screen. On screen, third place, Uchiha Izumi. The young Quan was in tears and looked around helplessly, not knowing when he would encounter danger. At this moment, a voice came into her ears. "Come to me now." Izumi looked back and saw Itachi, who was holding Sasuke. Reaching out to her, the little girl wiped her tears. "Itachi, hurry up." The little girl ran towards Itachi obediently. The next moment, the ground behind her seemed to collapse. With rubble flying everywhere, Itachi grabbed her wrist and pulled her out. Next scene, Itachi. Izumi ran towards Itachi, who was holding Sasuke, and when he got close to him, he said, "Well, thank you for last time. Thanks to you, I was saved." Itachi just said, "Luckily you didn't die." This straight man's remarks made Quan stunned. Then, when she saw the baby in Itachi's arms, a smile appeared on her face. "Sister, younger brother, can I give you a hug?" Itachi said decisively. "No." Quan asked, "Why?" Itachi explained, "I don't want to make him cry." "The baby doesn't cry," Izumi said, hugging Sasuke unexpectedly. As soon as he was held in her arms, Sasuke burst into tears and stretched out his two little hands to push Quan's face hard. Itachi quickly hugged Sasuke back and comforted him softly. "Don't cry, don't cry." Sasuke stopped crying. "Good boy." After being stunned for a while, Quan shouted unwillingly, "What? Ninja world, hey, hey, hey." Sasuke was so cute when he was a kid. Sasuke really does look like a girl. Sasuke probably didn't expect that his brother's love would be ruined by him like this. Right, Rain Country Naruto was laughing loudly at Sasuke. Fire Nation Muai Village Uchiha Clan Land. Sasuke looked embarrassed. Is there still such a thing? Sasuke thought that he was no longer the child who liked to stick to his brother all day long, so he looked embarrassed. I'm so sorry, Sister Quan. On screen in front of the meatball shop, Fugaku crossed his arms and said, there's nothing we can do if they were all sold out. There was no sign of disappointment on Itachi's face at this time. Weasel Itachi turned his head and saw Izumi standing there with a paper bag of 3 colored balls in his arms. Screen turned. The two sat on the bank of a river. I haven't seen you since you became a Jinan. I'm sorry I didn't celebrate for you. Oh, by the way, I didn't even say congratulations. I'm really sorry. Itachi glanced at the paper bag containing the 3 colored meatballs. No need to apologize so many times. Quan opened the paper bag and was about to hand over a bunch of sweets when he seemed to have thought of something and said, but an elite young man like Itachi, who has excellent grades, is proficient in ninjutsu and taijutsu, and graduated from a higher grade, shouldn't eat sweets. Sorry, I made my own decision, but since it's all out, I'll eat one myself. Itachi held out his hand, looking as if he wanted to say something but hesitated. Quan opened his mouth and was about to eat the meatball when he noticed someone's gaze. She turned to look and saw Itachi staring at the meatball in her hand, a bead of sweat forming on the back of his head. Do you want to eat? Fire Nation Muai Village Uchiha Clan Land. Sasuke stared at Itachi on the screen with a dull expression as he turned his head away, 2 red clouds rising on his face. Nissan, whom I have always admired, actually has this side of it. This simply subverted his cognition. It even surprised him more than seeing himself and Naruto fighting. Moreover, Nissan actually likes sweets like tricolor meatballs. Ninja World. Although Uchiha Itachi was quite cute when he was a child, his image is a bit broken, isn't it? In my eyes, he is just an executioner who can kill the entire clan for the sake of the village and peace. Uchiha Izumi? She is indeed a beauty. I could tell she was a beauty from a young age. I don't deny that Uchiha Itachi is very powerful, and he must have been very talented when he was a child, but it's really hard for me to understand what's going on in his mind. If it's as expected, he also killed Izumi, right? It's also what the masked man said, that it was a lover who died at the hands of Itachi. If that's the case, why didn't he leave Izumi to take care of Sasuke? Why did he have to listen to Danzo and kill them all? At least try to bargain with a third Hokage. Chapter 205 Uchiha Sakura. Fire Nation. Itachi's eye twitched when he thought that this would be seen by his own Huo Daodao. His face turned red. Perhaps this could be considered a public execution for him. On screen, listening to Quan's laughter, Itachi asked, is it funny? No, that's not the case. Although I've known you for quite some time, I still don't know what you like. The things you like have nothing to do with grades or whether you are a boy or a girl, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. After saying that, Quan's body trembled and he said with a smile, I'm sorry, but seeing how aggressive you were just now, you almost opened your Sharingan. Itachi turned his face away. So funny. The scene on the screen changed. The masked man looked at Izumi, who was holding the kunai tightly, and said, oh, you have good eyes. Izumi threw the kunai in his hand at the masked man, but the kunai went straight through the masked man's body. How can it be? Quan turned around and ran, but was tied up with iron chains. Her eyes were filled with tears. Help, Itachi. Screen turn. Rain Kisame said to Itachi, who was in the rain, this is not good for your health. You are so cold. What are you thinking about now? I don't know. But from where I am, it looks like you are crying. Ninja World. That's right. This is Itachi's lover. Did she die at the hands of the masked man? It's a pity for such a beautiful girl. She even had a 3 Magatama Sharingan. Maybe she will have a chance to open those eyes in the future. Are there only 6 beauties in the Uchiha clan? There are still 3 left. I wonder if there are any other beauties who haven't caught people's eyes. The title appears on the screen. 4th place, Uchiha Sakura. Seeing this title, many people in the ninja world suddenly realized, so the other one is Sakura? She is really pretty and will become Sasuke's wife in the future. It's not a problem to say that she is the beauty of the Uchiha clan. This is, if I remember correctly, this is the second round of the Chunin exam at the beginning, right? On screen, Sakura knelt on the ground with tears streaming down her face. Once again, am only a hindrance. I am always protected by you all. I hate myself for being so useless. As for me, I can only look at their backs. I want to be like you, I thought. This time, I must protect the important people. In the memory, the young girl said to Ino, Sasuke likes girls with long hair. The memory ended, and she took out a kunai and cut off her hair. Screen turn. She used her body to block the kunai thrown by the sound ninja. Blood dripped onto the sound ninja's face, and the next moment, he was stabbed in the arm by Sakura's kunai. Next scene, Sakura said to Naruto, who was sitting on the bed, "Sorry, Naruto. Wait for me for a while. Next time. I will definitely not be a burden anymore." Next scene, Sakura arrived at the Hokage's office. "I have a request for you. Please accept me as your apprentice." Then, the screen showed Sakura trying to use medical ninjutsu and sparring with Tsunade. Next scene, Sam's Hidden Village. Sakura, who was dressed in medical ninja clothes, said, "Arrange emergency treatment immediately." Then, Sakura began to treat people. The Sans Village medical ninja gave his evaluation. The technique of the regeneration technique was perfect, and the operation was successful. As expected of a disciple of Master Tsunade, his skills are superb. Next scene, fighting with Scorpion. Qiu commented, "What an amazing little girl. Tsunade has an incredible disciple. It is still rare to find women who are as masculine as me." As she spoke, Sakura smashed Scorpion's puppet with one punch. Scorpion commented, "You were able to smash the puppet of the third Kazekage? I admit, you are a pretty good kid." As his words fell, Sakura on the screen punched her. Next scene, Fourth Ninja War. Sakura said to the patient in front of her, "That's alright. The next patient can come in." Next scene, Sonya looked serious. There are a lot of seriously injured people on the battlefield, but the medical team cannot go deep into the front line. Next scene, Naruto turned around and said to Sakura, "Sakura, thank you for treating me. Let Sasuke and I take care of the rest of the battle." The scene changed and Sakura instantly appeared in front of the two of them. "Do you think I can only hide behind you? Is Tsunade the only one among the three ninjas who can't teach a good apprentice?" In memory, Tsunade's serious voice came. "The first rule, medical ninjas must never give up treatment before their team members die. Second rule, medical ninjas must never stand on the front lines. Third rule, the medical ninja must not die before any member of the team. However, there is one more rule. Article 4, medical ninjas who have mastered the ninjutsu of creating and regenerating 100 healings can break all the above iron laws." Then, the screen showed once again the diamond-shaped mark on Sakura's forehead, the three members of Team 7 using summoning techniques, and the scene of the earth being shattered by one punch. Hashirama commented, "What an amazing strength, maybe even better than Tsuna. Ninja World, I feel like I was wrong. I shouldn't have compared Sakura to the two perverts in Team 7 who improved their strength very quickly. Sakura, who doesn't have a bloodline limit, is really outstanding for being able to get to this point. We are just dazzled by the strong people who appeared in the live broadcast. In fact, Sakura is better than most people. A video like this looks really passionate. It simply summarizes a person's life, including the highlights. How much recognition is this? I don't know if I'll have a chance to appear on the screen. Even if it's just a clip, it means that I'm at least recognized by the people in the other world." Fire Nation. Tsunade took a sip of wine into her mouth. "It seems that this disciple I will accept in the future is quite remarkable. Even that old man Qiu has recognized her. Muai Village, that punch, no matter how many times you see it, you can't help but be amazed. After all, he will be Tsunade-sama's disciple in the future, so it's normal for him to excel." Hokage Building. Sarutobi Hiruzen smiled with satisfaction and said, "Tsunade has accepted very good disciples, and Sakura is also a very good child." Hiruno family. Sakura looked at her parents' proud faces and said proudly, "How is it? My future self will be awesome, right?" Hiruno Mibuki gave a thumbs up. "As expected of my daughter, she is quite outstanding." Hiruno Zhao added in a dark tone, "If you don't fall in love too early, you will be even better." Sakura was about to say something, but couldn't help but exclaim when she saw the next beauty on the screen, Zorana. The couple were shocked. Among the 6 beauties, is there also their granddaughter? That's right, after all, there will be no Uchiha in the future. Chapter 206. What does Sasuke's kiss taste like? Uchiha Clan Land. Sasuke braced himself. He was very curious about his future daughter and wanted to see if he could learn more through this video. Simultaneously, Itachi, Mikado, and Fugaku also perked up. Then they heard the voice of future Sasuke coming from the screen. On screen, Small Peanut Sarada was stunned. "You are my lovely little peanut. Ninja World." Itachi, Mikado, Fugaku, Sasuke. Again, on screen, Sasuke put his coat on Sarada's shoulders. "What do you want to do? I'm not cold. Dad is so annoying today." Next scene, training course. Sasuke said, "I haven't let you see the true power of this ninjutsu yet." True power, Sasuke explained, "This ninjutsu is what I inherited from Kakashi. It focuses the chakra in one place, and combined with the speed of the thrust, It can produce a unique attack sound like 1,000 birds singing together. Sasuke's figure rushed towards the waterfall. This move got its name from this. As he said this, he stabbed Chidori towards the waterfall. Chidori, screen Magadama appeared in Sarada's eyes and she rushed towards Burrow. I am still practicing this technique myself. This is the first time I use it in actual combat, but I have to do it. It's my turn to protect them now. She formed seals with her hands, and a ball of lightning emerged from her hands. Burrow punched Boruto before he could hit Boruto. Burrow found that his arm disappeared. Then he saw Boruto do a backflip, and Sarada's figure rushed towards him at an extremely fast speed. This girl is so fast. Sarada's Sharingan locked onto Burrow firmly. Give me strength, Dad. Chidori, in a flash of lightning, Burrow's abdomen was cut open by Chidori. Rain Country Naruto couldn't help but let out a wow, amazing. Fire Nation Muai Village Uchiha Clan Sasuke crossed his arms across his chest, imitating Fugaku's example, as expected of my daughter. After saying that, he couldn't hold it back and a big smile appeared on his face. Sarada is his future daughter and someone who is related to him by blood, which makes him feel a very special sense of intimacy with her. Minaga Shrine. Sarada doesn't look any weaker than Sasuke-sama when he was a child. I really look forward to seeing another strong Uchiha appear. Ever since they saw the battle between Naruto and Sasuke, they became more and more comfortable calling him Sasuke-sama, who will be the 6th Uchiha beauty. Ninja World. Little Peanut is so handsome, a stunning blow. I seem to see the shadow of Sasuke in her. As for Chidori cutting the waterfall, if it were an ordinary person, some people might sigh at the power of this attack, but when it came to Sasuke, no one was surprised. Huh? That's all? I want to see what Sasuke's daughter will look like when she grows up. This 5th Uchiha beauty was forced together, right, on screen. 6th place, Uchiha Jing. Everyone in the ninja world is, yeah, she's my type, but it's a pity that she has a husband. The pupils of the person next to him suddenly contracted. Fire Nation Muai Village Minaga Shrine. After a while of silence, someone finally spoke. It's not like there are no young and pretty girls in the tribe. Why did you drag the boss's wife out to make up the numbers? Are you mocking me for having no one left in the Uchiha clan? On screen at this moment, a new title appears. What does a kiss with Sasuke taste like? Yagura looked at Naruto and said, you came just in time. I thank you on behalf of the Jinchuriki and the tailed beasts. I have wanted to see you for a long time, Uzumaki Naruto. In fact, at this point, he was stunned. He saw Naruto sitting opposite him with his face covered with tears and snot. You were shorter and younger than me, and looked so frail, yet you shouldered the heavy responsibility of being a Jinchuriki. But despite your efforts, despite your desperate efforts, you have passed away. When I think of this, Yagura stared at Naruto in a daze. Is there anyone who pities him? I've never seen anything like this before. Naruto's tears and snot kept falling down. He reached out his hand to wipe his tears and said, it's such a pity. You haven't tasted delicious ramen yet. You don't know how it feels to kiss a girl, Yagura loudly accuses. I am the 4th Mizukage. I am awesome. I am an adult, the 9 tails behind Naruto said. Hey, haven't you kissed a girl before? Not only that, didn't you kiss Sasuke before? Naruto collapsed and yelled, ah. Don't let me remember that. Ugh, Yagura stopped accusing. You vomited too much? What does your kiss with Sasuke taste like? Ninja World Tisk. Kyuubi is such an assist. Ha ha ha. So this is what the title means. I can imagine that Naruto and Sasuke's expressions must be very interesting. So, what does Sasuke's kiss taste like? Will Naruto's mouth taste like miso ramen? If there's any ramen left in Naruto's mouth, does that mean Sasuke has eaten second-hand ramen? If the Kyuubi hadn't mentioned this, I would have almost forgotten about it. No wonder it seems that Naruto's feelings for Sasuke are deeper than Hashirame's feelings for Madara. It turns out it was because of the first kiss. It seemed like they kissed each other very hard at the time. After all, they were able to support Naruto's body as he fell forward. By the way, did Sasuke know that Naruto was careless? From Sasuke's perspective at the time, he probably couldn't see anything. Right, don't be so outrageous. What could be between two men? Between Naruto and Sasuke, it was a one-lipped friendship. Pure Land Kushina slapped her forehead hard. It's over. This time, the incident between Naruto and Sasuke will probably be hard to forget. The corner of Minato's mouth twitched. Fire Nation Muai Village Minaga Shrine. Fugaku couldn't help but sigh. Sasuke is such an unlucky kid. Right now on screen, the next title appears. You look a lot like a friend of mine, Deidara, who was resurrected by the impure world reincarnation. Ask the masked man. You look a lot like a friend of mine, but he is much more lively than you. Hi. Do you know where that scoundrel went? Screen turn on the big white bird. Is Afe okay now? The Orochi behind him explained. This time, Afe was the mastermind of the Ninja World War. Deidara was stunned. Would my death be such a big blow to Afe Ninja World? This masked man again. I hope this time his intelligence can be fully exposed. Country of Earth Iwagakure. Deidara looked at himself on the screen and was stunned for a moment. This eye, is it the impure world reincarnation? Am I dead? Tsuchikage building Unoki suddenly stood up from his seat. Will this traitor die in the future? That's right. After all, he did such a bad thing. Tsunagakure will not let him off easily. Divine Space Deidara, who would have thought that in this ninja world, there would actually be someone who cared about him? Abrito took a deep look at Deidara on the screen. These don't matter anymore. Chapter 207 Deidara and Afe. Fire Nation Muai Village. The expressions of several people in the Hokage building became serious. Minaga Shrine. This bastard. Don't let me know who this guy is. No, unless he's really Madara-sama, I will make him pay. It was this bastard who put the clan into this situation. It was also this guy who assisted Itachi on the night of the clan annihilation. Otherwise, with Itachi's strength alone, how could he have slaughtered the entire clan without alerting the Konoha ninjas? On screen on the way to capture Sanwa, Afe said in a funny tone, Hey, senior. There is a meatball shop in that place. Afe danced excitedly. Let's take a break. Then he lowered his arms and waved them, saying coquettishly, I'm tired from walking all the time. After saying that, without waiting for Deidara's agreement, he ran towards the meatball shop. Deidara looked at his back as he ran away and said speechlessly, You don't look tired at all, do you? Ninja World, is this the masked man? Is the masked man really Madara? He doesn't look like him at all. How could Madara speak in that tone? He can't even fake it, right? Although it's unclear whether he's Madara or not, he must be a member of the Uchiha clan. Could it be the guy who entrusted one of his eyes to Itachi? On screen Deidara sat down next to Fetty. Really? Such a laid-back guy. Afe looked at him, because, senior. Although we are going to catch the tailed beast, we don't know where it is, so just take it easy and take your time. By the way, what is the name of the beast we are going to catch? It's Sanwa. Sanwa. Afe stretched out 5 fingers. 1, 2, then, he pointed at himself with his thumb. I am Afe. Just kidding. Deidara looked at him impatiently. At this moment, an old lady came over with a plate in her hand. Meatball. Sorry for the wait, Afe said excitedly. Oh haha. It looks delicious. How does it taste? Afe picked up a bunch of meatballs. I'm welcome. As he said this, he was about to take off the mask. Deidara saw this and stared at him intently. Rain Country Pie narrowed his eyes. Is his identity finally going to be exposed? Is it Madara? Fire Nation Muai Village Hokage building. A group of senior executives held their breath and stared at the screen. Minaga Shrine. This bastard. I'm afraid he didn't expect that eating a meatball would expose his true identity. Right. Stop making noise. Don't miss important information. On screen Deidara's eyelids twitched, but his eyes were still focused on the mask that Afe was about to lift. At this moment, Afe suddenly turned around and started eating meatballs with his back to him. It's delicious. This seasoning is really good. Haha, it's not sweet or spicy. This is really delicious. Everyone in the ninja world, Pain, Konoha High Level, all the Uchiha clan members, in the Kamui space. Abrito breathed a sigh of relief. On screen Deidara stared at the back of Afe's head with dead fish eyes and took a bite of the meatball. After eating, Afe put on the mask again and turned his face away. Senior. He pointed at the store with the stick in his hand. That. Deidara turned his head to look at his pig-shaped ceramic with mosquito coils inside. Then he heard Afe say, that is exactly the same as the work of the predecessor. Could it be that the senior's work was plagiarized? Deidara lowered his head gloomily. You guy. Afe realized something was wrong and stood up and ran away. The speed was so fast that it left a trail of dust on the ground. Kill you. Boom. As the explosion sounded, Afe's figure flew out. Ninja World boxes. This guy is so lively. Although this guy's true identity was not revealed, he is so funny, with such an eccentric personality. How could he be Madara? It's completely different from the previous voice. Could it be that the masked man has reached a voice change period? I really can't imagine Madara speaking with this tone while holding his own voice. All I can imagine is a lolly voice. Country of Earth Iwagakure. Deidara's forehead was bulging with veins. This guy really deserves a beating. Saying that my art is plagiarism is fine, but he even plagiarized something like that. On screen Afe looked at Deidara walking slowly towards him and quickly hid behind a tree, hide the head but not the tail. As he muttered this, his exposed buttocks twitched back and forth. Seeing Deidara passing by, he hurriedly jogged through the woods to catch up and hid behind a tree not far in front of Deidara. Afe pointed his index finger at the mask. I am a high school girl who has a crush on my senior ninja world. Cough cough cough. Didn't expect Madara to have this side of him. If you said that to Hashirama's face, even if you wanted to destroy Konoha, he wouldn't kill you anyway, right? Why are you doing this? In the divine space, the corner of Obito's mouth twitched fiercely. Fire Nation Muai Village. Dark Kakashi looked at the butt twisting Afe speechlessly. How could it be possible that? Pure Land. Tobirama pursed his lips. If the mask was removed and the face revealed was really Ben, then no matter how high his sense of humor was, he wouldn't be able to hold back his laughter as easily as this. On screen next scene, Deidara vs Sasuke. Looking at the clay spiders falling from the sky, Afe fled from Sasuke in panic. Deidara formed seals with both hands, and Sasuke threw out 1,000 thunderbolts. Afe fell to the ground and shouted in panic, "Senior! Pause. Don't shout too yet." Deidara put down his fingers and made a tisk sound. "Senior! Behind you, behind you." Deidara was startled and threw a clay spider backwards without thinking. Drink. Boom. Afe stretched out his hand with a look of pain and shouted, "Senior!" He pretended to wipe away tears. Although he is a strict senior, he is also a good senior. I will never forget Deidara-senpai. The chirping is so noisy. Afe looked up at Deidara in front of him. Ah! Still alive. Screen turn. Afe crawled out from underground and shouted to Deidara on the white clay bird, "Senior! The mind clay is all set up. Well done, Afe. Stay away." Yes. At this moment, Sasuke in the cursed form used steel wire to throw 2 huge shurikens at Deidara, which directly nailed Deidara's 2 arms. Afe shouted worriedly, "Senior!" on the big white bird that was falling downwards at a very fast speed. Deidara gritted his teeth and said, "I can't move. Damn it. There's a mine below." With a bang, the big white bird fell to the ground. Next moment, boom boom boom, Afe made trumpet shapes with his hands and howled miserably. "Senior!" Looking at the smoke ahead, where Akatsuki uniforms were blown away, he shouted sadly. Sure enough, he blew himself to death in the end. "Senior Deidara, you big fool." Chapter 208 Naruto and number 039, S Spiritual Summoning. As soon as he finished speaking, a large white bird flew out from the smoke. Deidara, with blood flowing from his arms, said, "Didn't I say that your chattering is killing me? Ninja World Reiki 2, plus Sasuke has the Sharingan and the Curse Seal, and can also fly. The advantage is too great. This powerful guy who can capture Gar will probably fall into Sasuke's hands this time. Why are the two of them fighting? It can't be because of Itachi, right?" During this time period, Itachi was also wearing a black robe with red clouds, and Sasuke was at the stage where he wanted to seek revenge on Itachi. The guys in Akatsuki are more powerful than each other. Let's not talk about the others. Deidara, who has the ability to fly, is very troublesome. As long as he keeps throwing bombs downwards, I'm afraid any ninja who can't fly will have a headache, right? Thinking of what Deidara asked at the beginning of the video. Tisk. The masked man is really good at deceiving people's feelings. On screen turning. Going to blow myself up next. I'm sorry, Afe. As he spoke, dense black lines appeared on Deidara's body, until finally, the black lines enveloped his entire body. My art is, Deidara's entire body merged into a black ball. Then, the black ball began to break apart, and a burst of white light emerged. Drink. I saw a column of light rising into the sky and gradually spreading, with a larger and larger range. No matter whether it is trees or geese flying in the sky, once they are affected by this powerful force, they will turn into ashes in an instant. It's an explosion. Boom. Ninja World. Looking at that terrifying power, few people could remain emotionless, self-destructed. This guy's self-detonation is so powerful, so he didn't use his full strength when he fought Gaara. What a dangerous guy. I think this move is stronger than Sakura's punch. Sasuke wasn't killed by this explosion? Sasuke is indeed immortal, right? Country of Earth Iwagakure. There seemed to be brilliant fluorescence flashing in Deidara's eyes. Has my future self studied art to this extent? Tsuchikage building. Unoki covered his heart and pointed at the screen tremblingly. What a bastard. With such a strong and difficult ability, why not do something else but become a rebel ninja? No. This bastard is not allowed to go anywhere from now on. Just stay by my side and behave yourself. Muai Village Hokage building. Several people looked at each other. Sarutobi Hiruzen's face twitched. Are Naruto and Sasuke being watched by the Sage of Six Paths? As long as their lives are threatened, he will secretly take action to stop them. including Shikaku. The three of them felt that his analysis made sense, and they all swallowed their saliva. Minaga Shrine. Even an explosion like this didn't kill Master Sasuke. It turns out that Lord Sasuke is blessed by God. On screen the title of the next video, Naruto's summoning technique. Naruto formed a seal and slapped the ground with one hand. Ninjutsu, psychic summoning technique. With a bang, smoke rose and a tadpole appeared on the ground. A bead of sweat appeared on Naruto's face. Screen turned the art of spiritual communication. Boom. Naruto said excitedly, "Success." Jiraiya looked dazed, but when he came to his senses, he yelled at Naruto, "Go to hell. You have no talent." Naruto pointed to the ground and said, "Look carefully." I saw a tadpole on the ground that had just grown 2 legs. Ninja World PFFT. Isn't this the same one from before? The toad grows so fast that it has grown 2 legs so quickly. This tadpole, could it be Toji? No wonder Naruto and Gamakichi get along like friends. It turns out that this relationship has been cultivated since childhood. By the way, the 4th war broke out when Naruto was 16, right? In other words, in just 3 or 4 years, Gamakichi had grown that big. On screen the art of spiritual communication. Boom. A green toad the size of a palm appeared on the ground. It was Toad Guang. Screen turned the art of spiritual communication. A toad slightly larger than the palm of your hand appeared. Toji said, "What? It's a little devil. If you have something to do, give me some snacks, otherwise I won't play with you." Next scene, Naruto's figure was falling towards the cliff at an extremely fast speed. He bit his finger and a huge amount of chakra burst out of him. Psychic, bang sound. A huge toad with a pipe in its mouth appeared at Naruto's feet. Screen turn. Naruto formed hand seals and slapped his hands on the ground. "Come out, Toad Boss." The art of spiritual communication. Bang. A figure very similar to Toad Boss appeared just ahead. Gamaji kicked his legs and jumped onto Naruto's knees. "Naruto, you. Why did you call me to this place?" Naruto said angrily. "Why is it you?" Screen turned. The grown-up Naruto slapped his palm on the ground. The art of spiritual communication. Boom. 2 toads of equally modest size appeared. Gamakichi and Gamelon Konohamaru exclaimed, "This is Naruto's summoning beast. Actually, I can summon bigger ones, but these ones are enough for today." Gamaji came up to Naruto and asked unhappily, "What do you mean by these guys? Have you forgotten that you are my dad's younger brother?" Naruto leaned forward with a smirk on his face and whispered, "Please give me some face today because you are my younger brother." Screen turn. As soon as Zion Ming appeared, many girls in the ninja world had hearts in their eyes. Ninja World. I still think Naruto is the most handsome in his red robe now. Another important piece of information that was skipped in the previous video. On screen Naruto said, "Gamakichi, take Granny Tsunade to a safe place." "Yes." Screen turned. The 3 members of Team 7 formed a seal and slapped the ground at the same time. The art of spiritual communication. Boom. The slug, the toad and the green snake appeared at the feet of the 3 members of Class 7 Ninja World. I never get tired of watching this last part. For some reason, I actually feel aroused. After all, it is the inheritance of the 3 ninjas of Konoha. Plus, we all felt Naruto's emotions when Jiraiya died, so when we see this scene, there will be a very special emotion in it. On screen the next title appears. Sarada suspects that she is not Sakura's biological daughter, but then the video was paused. This title makes both ninjas and civilians in the ninja world feel itchy. Why don't you continue? I really want to see what the future will be like. Why does Sarada doubt that Sakura is not her biological daughter? Did she find some evidence? Rain Country. Naruto looked greatly shocked. Fire Nation. Itachi's ears twitched, and the conversation between 2 young men not far away came into his ears. This title. Did Sasuke have an affair while he was wandering? Did he cheat on Sakura? And because Sakura loved Sasuke so much, she finally forgave him. Chapter 209. I Haven and number 039. Seen him since I was old enough. Itachi was shocked. No. No way. Sasuke is not that kind of person. Naturally, he believed in Huo, so there must be some misunderstanding. Itachi prayed in his heart that the live broadcast would not end here, otherwise Sasuke's innocence would be. But then, he reacted quickly. The girl named Karin. Live broadcast, you better end it as soon as possible. It's not that he doesn't trust Sasuke enough, it's really, Sarada and Karin are so similar. Ignore the brainstorming of the Uchiha clan members. Ninja World. Look at the lower right corner. Is this the host's home? Hearing this, the people next to him also looked towards the lower right corner of the screen. On screen Qiu Li threw his spare phone aside just now. He was stood up by his classmates, so he lost the mood to play games in that case. As a night owl, He is not in a hurry to end the live broadcast. Naruto fans don't have a very good opinion of Boruto. He watched a few episodes and felt that it was just average, especially when he saw the Sasuke vs Orochimaru episode at the end. He was directly discouraged. He was also very curious about the title, and the video was also a very long edit, so there should be a cause and effect. It would be more comfortable to lie back on the bed and watch it. A moment later the video on the screen continues. Sarada and Akimichi sat facing each other. If you don't eat it, I will. Akimichi Jojo took the 3 colored meatballs from the plate in front of Sarada. Looking at the listless Sarada, she said, ignoring me? Rebellious period. Sarada rested her chin on one hand. We all have such a good relationship. It's still a long way to go before the graduation exam. You mean the exam? If passing the exam can change my weight, then I'll pass it. Sarada was lost in thought. So what if you become a ninja? Why do so many people want to be one? Don't you think the word ninja sounds really unfashionable? I have an idea. As she spoke, Qiu Li Jojo swallowed a meatball in her mouth and asked, what happened? Nothing. Sarada changed the subject and said, by the way, where are we going? I'm free today. I'll accompany you wherever you go. It's like this. I have an appointment to practice with my father later. Sarada lowered her eyes. I see, Akimichi Jojo said. Of course, training is beyond me. Personally, I don't want to go at all. Just go. You can't fail the exam. Why are you so arrogant? I'm a little unhappy. As she spoke, Akimichi Jojo spread her hands and said sarcastically, of course, Sarada is from the Uchiha clan, so she definitely doesn't take the exam seriously. Sarada said softly, it has nothing to do with this. What do you mean? Ninja World, what kind of plastic sisterhood is this? The little fat girl has quite a temper. Is it because Sarada's grades are so good in the class, and she thinks Sarada is mocking her for her poor grades? To be honest, the Uchiha characters I've seen appearing frequently on the screen are all quite powerful. Itachi, Sasuke, and that masked man Madara, even when they were young, they wouldn't be troubled by exams, right? How long has it been since Sasuke last met Sarada? That's why Sarada's expression got weird when she mentioned the sensitive word dad. On screen Sarada lowered her head, feeling a little disappointed. It's rare to be with dad. At this moment, Kage called out loudly to Jojo Akimichi. Hey! Didi! Here! Here! Qiu Li Jojo turned her face away. Really? How embarrassing! Sarada said. Actually, it's okay for adults to eat potato chips while walking. No. Akimichi Jojo pointed at the bag of potato chips in Kage's hand. Those are lightly salted. Don't pretend to be so in front of others. You're obviously a soup stock person. He and I just can't get along. Sarada was speechless. You are talking about this? Kage waved to Akimichi Jojo and said, Jojo, this way, this way. Look over here. This way. Seeing that Jojo Akimichi was still sitting there, Kage spread his hands and said, how strange. Qiu Li Jojo crossed her arms across her chest. Don't you think that there is nothing similar between me and my dad? Sarada lowered her head. I can't say for sure. What about you, Sarada? Sarada was stunned. Me? Is there anything like dad? Hearing what Akimichi Jojo asked, Sarada once again lowered her head and said in a depressed mood, because I have never seen him since I was old enough to understand. Sarada's words not only caused a sensation in Konoha village, but also shocked many people in other large ninja villages. Ninja World, did I hear correctly? Sarada has never seen Sasuke since she was old enough to understand. Which woman has Sasuke been fooling around with all these years? Could it be Sarada's biological mother, Karin? Muay village. The autumn tribe. Tongzi smiled innocently and said, that's my future self, right? My figure has become much slimmer, and I can even see my daughter. Uchiha clan land. Mikoto frowned slightly. Although I feel a little sorry for my son, I feel more sorry for my granddaughter. Sasuke is such a fool. He has never returned to Konoha in all these years. He is really too sorry for Sakura and Sarada. On screen back home, Sarada looked at the 4 photos in the frame. The upper and lower pictures on the left are photos of Sarada as a child and a baby respectively. In the middle is Sasuke wearing the Akatsuki uniform, and on the right is Sakura. Sarada looked at the photo in the middle for a long time, and murmured in confusion, where is he? What is he doing? After saying that, Sarada took off her glasses and rubbed her eyes. At this time I'm back. Sakura walked in from outside, rubbing her sore shoulders worn out. Sarada rubbed her eyes and walked over and said, welcome back. Seeing this, Sakura asked, what's wrong? My eyes are a little blurry. This happens occasionally. Sakura rushed to Sarada and said worriedly, let me see, it's just a little blurry, but it's gone now. Did the prescription of your glasses change? As she spoke, Sarada put on her glasses. Sakura still couldn't let go of the worry in her heart. It's better to check it out. Sarada laughed and said, that's too much? Mom, you work so hard, you should pay more attention to yourself. Ninja world, it's unbelievable that Sasuke's daughter is actually nearsighted. Will this kind of eye technique's bloodline limit also cause myopia? I finally understand why Sarada wears glasses. Could it be hereditary? Sasuke used the Mangekyou a lot before he got the eternal eye, right? That time, right after the battle with Danzo, when Naruto arrived, I saw that Sasuke's pupils were almost turning gray. On screen dinner table, Sarada suddenly said, Mom, what? Does Dad usually wear glasses? Why do you ask? Sarada asked her own question. My mother has very good eyesight. I wonder if I inherited the glasses from my father. Sakura thought about it, not wearing it, maybe. Fire Nation Muai Village Uchiha Clan Land. Sasuke suddenly felt that his future self was going a little too far. Even my wife, Sakura, doesn't know whether I will wear glasses in the future. Future me, have you not visited me for too long? If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 210. The mortgage has not been paid off. On screen maybe, you are a couple, but you are not even sure about that. What's wrong? You've been acting weird lately. Sarada did not answer, but asked again, when will Dad's important mission be completed? I don't know. It will end when it's time to end. Sarada whispered, I guess you can't possibly know. You're not even sure if he wears glasses or not. Sakura was silent for a moment, then smiled awkwardly. That's really hurtful. Sarada just pushed her glasses down. Screen turned inside the bookstore. What's the harm in asking about Dad? Sarada muttered and opened the book in front of her that recorded the Uchiha clan. The Uchiha clan is one of the oldest families and has cultivated many outstanding ninjas. Their greatest feature is the Sharingan. Once the eyes are opened, special patterns will appear in the pupils, which can see through various physical techniques, illusions, and ninjutsu. The most outstanding among them is called the Mangekyou Sharingan, and the pattern is also unique. Sharingan? Is this what Dad is like? As she spoke, Sarada looked down again. Sharingan will only open when one's heart is deeply hurt. The brain secretes special chakra under the stimulation of pain, which will affect the optic nerve and turn the eyes into Sharingan. The Uchiha clan has suffered misfortunes many times, and their bloodline has almost been cut off. Among the heirs of the Uchiha bloodline, only Uchiha Sasuke and his daughter are still confirmed to be alive. After reading this, Sarada took off her glasses and rubbed her eyes. After a while, Sarada walked to the counter and said to the clerk inside the counter, Excuse me, I want to read the follow-up information related to Uchiha Sasuke. The clerk turned to look at the computer. Okay. Please wait, the clerk said. There are reading restrictions on information related to Uchiha Sasuke. Reading restrictions? Can't read? Why, I don't know. This is not my rule. After that, the clerk continued to ask, do you want to apply for reading? But I think the result may be the same. No need. Ninja world, I don't know why, but I really want Sarada and Boruto to see their father's wonderful life. It must be very interesting. Then, Sarada might understand her father. Of all the Uchiha clan, only Sasuke and Sarada are left. Look at what that old guy in Konoha village has done. When the Uchiha decided to stage a coup, it would have been better for them to defect en masse, although doing so would have been very risky. After all, there must be many people like Danzo who covet the Sharingan. The records of the Uchiha clan's Sharingan are becoming more detailed, concise and easy to understand each time. Do ordinary people need to apply to see Sasuke's relevant information? And there is a high possibility that the application will not be approved. I envy those who have bloodline limits. Why does Sarada look like she's researching information before the treasure hunt? The person next to him couldn't help but laugh. Are you comparing Sasuke to the treasure that Sarada is looking for? Yes, this kind of plot is really attractive. Sarada knows nothing about her father Sasuke. I wonder what kind of expression she will have when she sees Sasuke's strength with her own eyes. Tisk. That must be very shocking. It turns out that the strange father that I have never met before is so powerful. On screen turned. Sakura was collecting the sheets that were hung out to dry, and Sarada stood behind her and called out, Mom, Sarada whispered, can I ask a question? Just ask. Sarada asked, why doesn't Dad come back? Mom should know what he is doing now, right? You're talking about this again? What is he doing? Don't change the subject. You always say you don't know. Are you still a couple, Sarada? Now, as Sakura said this, she pulled the sheet between her and Sarada, but before she could finish her words, she was interrupted by Sarada. Mom, are you really Dad's wife? Ninja World, this kid is stabbing a knife into Sakura's heart, right? He has to be, right? Sakura is so pitiful. Sasuke hasn't been home for several years. Not only is Sakura alone in the empty house, but she also has to take care of a child. Although I think Sasuke went a little too far, he must have his reasons, right? Maybe that mission was very... I can't go on. Sasuke is a really unqualified father and husband. As much as I like Sasuke, I still think he's really going a little too far. I can understand Sasuke, and I can understand Sakura as a wife and Sarada as a daughter even more. Of course, they were only criticizing a father and a husband as a ninja. Sasuke is perfect and impeccable in the eyes of most people on screen. After hearing what Sarada said, Sakura frowned. What happened to you suddenly? It's not sudden. I've always been curious. Don't think you can fool me like this. You are not quite right today. Sarada looked at Sakura and asked, is it the relationship between Dad and Mom that is wrong? And it's not just a little bit wrong, it's very wrong. Sarada. Sakura punched the ground angrily. Boom, the cracks in the earth spread in all directions when Sakura saw Sarada's frightened look. Her expression was stunned and her tone softened unconsciously. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have yelled at you. Dad will be back after completing the mission. Sarada shed 2 lines of tears. Who knows if it's true? We have never lived with him. Maybe he has forgotten us a long time ago. Fire Nation Muai Village. Oh my god. You didn't even use chakra in this punch? Sakura-san is worthy of being Tsunade-sama's disciple. Alice. Sarada should understand Sakura. Sakura is actually very pitiful. Sarada can't see her father, so Sakura can't see her husband either. Besides, Sakura's feelings for Sasuke are even deeper than Sarada's. If Sarada keeps bringing this up, Sakura should be the one who feels the most uncomfortable, right? From the clips of him spending time with Peanut, we can tell that Sasuke still cares about Peanut. Maybe he really has a problem in the ninja world that he needs to solve for several years. Uchiha clan land. After seeing this scene, Sasuke's little face was full of guilt. I really shouldn't be like this in the future. Minaga Shrine. They say they are relatives across generations. When Fugaku looked at his granddaughter crying in grievance, his heart felt like it was hit by a sledgehammer. He said with a dark face, Sasuke, that brat, is so irresponsible to his wife and daughter when he grows up. Although he is missing an arm, he is still one of the 2 strongest people in the ninja world, right? What mission can make him carry out for several years? On screen, Zioing gently stroked her forehead. Our hearts are connected with Daddy's. Don't worry. Sarada shed tears and choked up. Why are you so sure? Chapter 211. The mortgage has not been paid off yet. At this time, crack, 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 the ground beneath the 2 of them cracked again, spreading to the house behind Sarada until, with a loud bang, the house collapsed. Sakura looked dazed. How come? The mortgage has not been paid off yet. After saying this in collapse, Sakura let out a breath, fell down, and fainted. Ninja World. What did Sakura say? The only child of the Uchiha family, living in a house with an unpaid mortgage. Sasuke is so powerful, how could he not have money to buy a house? If you don't have money, just go steal some from Orochimaru and buy the house. The future Orochimaru looks like he's easy to bully. Fire Nation Muai Village. Minaga Shrine. Sasuke-sama, you haven't paid off the mortgage on your house yet? This, with Lord Sasuke's ability, it shouldn't be difficult to get the money, right? Fortunately, the clan will not choose the entire coup path again, and will not be destroyed in the future. There are plenty of properties in the clan, and we can build a bigger and more luxurious house for Master Sasuke in the future. That's right. After all, he is the strongest of the clan. I don't think even Indra would be a match for Master Sasuke. Of course, the place he lives in can't be too shabby. On screen, after checking Sakura's pulse, Shizune said, really? She has been prone to fainting since she was a child. She has been too busy recently and is just overtired. She will wake up tomorrow. Sarada lowered her head and said guiltily, I said some very harsh words to my mother. At this time, the unconscious Sakura murmured, mortgage. Shizune couldn't help but chuckled and asked Sarada, I'm taking her to the hospital now. Will you come with me? I'll go later. There's something important that must be found first. Screen turn. Sarada took out the photo frame, found it. She patted the photo of Sasuke with her hand, but was stunned. Sarada took out Sasuke's photo, and after seeing the full photo, her pupils shrank. That photo was actually a group photo of the 4 members of the Eagle Squad. Who is the person next to Dad? A woman wearing glasses. Screen turn. Sarada stood by Sakura's bed, holding a group photo of Team Eagle. Jingain walked behind her, took a look at the photo and said, I see, you went to look for a photo of your father. Sarada quickly hid the photo behind her. No, this seems to be a photo from the past. Sarada raised her head and asked, what is Dad like now? That's right, you haven't seen your father since you were old enough to understand. Sarada lowered her voice and said, I have something I want to ask you. After that, she glanced at Sakura. Don't tell Mom. Ninja World. What Sarada wants to ask is Karin her mother? So what if it is so? I always believe that the grace of raising is greater than the grace of giving birth. No matter what, Sarada should thank Sakura. Sarada is still just a child. She will definitely be affected when she sees her classmates have fathers. On screen outside the ward. Of course your mother is Sakura. Sarada was a little unconvinced and asked in a louder voice, then please tell me the details of my birth. Who delivered me? Was there anyone else present? This, Sarada said disappointedly. Even Shizune, your reaction is the same as everyone else's. I checked and found out everything. No hospital in Konoha has my birth record. This doesn't explain the problem, does it? After all, why are you suddenly curious about this matter? Sarada looked at Karin in the photo, because this person, like me, wears glasses. Screen turn. Akimichi Jojo took a sip of Coke. I was so upset that I couldn't even eat. So, it's true, are you troubled? Akimichi Jojo whispered to Sarada. Sarada, promise me you won't tell anyone. Okay, Sarada agreed. Okay. What is it? I think I may not be my parents' biological child. Because look at me, I don't look like them in any way. Sarada glanced at Choji and Karu not far away and said speechlessly, will it? When I was very young, I had a high fever. In memory Akimichi Jojo was lying on the bed with sweat all over her face. Karu said to Tongzi, you were able to get this? It took a lot of effort, right? Tongzi said, give her the medicine quickly. Didi, come and take your medicine. Your illness will be cured after you take it. Get well soon. Chiudeo Jojo said weakly. Thank you. End of memories. Akimichi Jojo said to Sarada, I still remember the touch of that hand until now. I think that muscular handsome guy is my real father. Yeah. Mitsuki came over and said, is this the so-called tragic heroine syndrome? Young girls will unconsciously develop the disease, which is a symptom caused by the need to establish their self. Akimichi Jojo said unhappily. Mitsuki, who do you think you are? Why do you give me orders? How can I understand the sensitive heart of a girl? Right, Sarada, Mitsuki said calmly, even without looking at the family crest, anyone can tell at a glance that you are from the Akimichi clan. Don't worry, go away. You are such an inconsiderate man. Seriously, I am really troubled, Sarada said softly. I understand, the feeling of doubting that you are not your biological child, really? You are indeed my best friend. Then, I have something to ask of you, my good friend. Please promise me, Ninja World. Now Sarada can really understand the unreliable mood of the dark-skinned girl. Anyone can tell that this little girl is the daughter of that couple, right? Fat plus dark skin equals fat dark skin. Tisk, who is that Mitsuki? Why does his temperament make me feel familiar? On screen Sarada asked, what's the matter? I want to go on a trip and find my real parents. Sarada, come with me. After Akimichi Jojo finished speaking, she looked at Sarada's expression and asked, what's wrong? Sarada stood up. Yes. That's it, Sarada. Sarada rushed out of the hamburger shop. Didn't it occur to me that I could just find my dad and ask him? In memory Shizune said to her, if you want to know about Sasuke, why not ask the 7th generation? End of memories. I'm going to get to the bottom of everything. The 7th generation must know where dad is. Thinking of this, Sarada ran towards the Hokage building. Screen turn. Hokage building. It was the first time that everyone in the ninja world saw the mature Naruto. After becoming Hokage, Naruto flipped through the documents in his hand and asked, Shikamaru, how much should I order for the Ford Protector? Leave this matter to me, and you, Seeing this, Naruto also looked back. Sasuke's eagle, seeing Naruto take the rolled up letter paper from the eagle's leg, Shikamaru smiled and said, his communication method is always so old-fashioned. Naruto opened the envelope and said, Sasuke's mission location is probably a place where you can't charge, so don't force it. After that, he looked at the envelope. I don't know what Naruto saw, but a drop of sweat slid down his face. This is Chapter 212 Naruto and number 039, S wife. Screen turn in the bath. Kakashi received a call from Naruto. What's up, Naruto? Didn't I tell you I was resting? After a moment, I don't know what Naruto said, but Kakashi's tone suddenly became serious. Really? Since that person has the Sharingan, even though it's unrealistic, he's either a survivor of the Uchiha, or he can only be related to that guy. Ninja World. Will someone with a Sharingan appear in the future Ninja World? Could it be one of Sasuke's clansmen? So Sasuke really has a mission. I thought that was just an excuse for Sasuke not wanting to return to Konoha, Rain Country. Seeing this, Naruto finally blinked. Just now he didn't even blink, staring at his mature self who was sitting in the Hokage's office and flipping through documents. Fire Nation Muai Village Minaga Shrine survivors? Are they survivors of the clan? If there really is a survivor, who could it be? Could it be me? It's also possible that it's just a missing eye. On screen, Sarada ran to the door of the Hokage's office and was about to knock when she heard Naruto's voice from inside. I will contact you if there is any new information. The details can only be asked in person. Anyway, let's meet with Sasuke first. After that, Naruto put on his divine robe and said, let the shadow clone stay in the village. I will go find him myself. Shikamaru said, it may seem like a trivial matter, but it is actually not that simple. We must act without further delay. With that, the two opened the office door and walked out. Sarada, who was hiding behind, looked at the backs of the two people and seemed to have made some decision. Sarada ran back to the hospital ward and looked at the unconscious Sakura for a long time. Finally, she decided to follow Naruto out of the village to find her father. Screen turned. Sarada hid behind a tree, looked at Naruto not far away and said to Shikamaru, I'll leave the affairs of the village to you. Just then, a voice behind her startled her. Sorry for the wait, Sarada. Oh, you look more excited than me, don't you, Didi? You brought so much luggage. Akimichi Jojo took off her backpack, because the trip might be long. As she spoke, she opened her backpack, which was filled with potato chips. Look. Everything is ready. I see. That's amazing, Chudeo Dai said firmly. I must find my real father. As she said this, she recalled the day when she had a high fever and saw Shikamaru. The muscular handsome guy who saved my life must be my real father. Sarada laughed awkwardly twice. Ninja World. Looking at Sarada's expression, she didn't intend to call her Jojo at all. Right, this little fat girl is quite cute. This isn't that far away, is it? Did Naruto notice them? That shouldn't be the case. The Kingdom of Thunder Unine Village. Karu, who is only 7 years old this year, curled his lips and said, is this my future daughter? She has not inherited any of my good qualities. Then again, why would I marry a guy from Konoha in the future? On screen, it's time to set off. After taking 2 steps, Naruto turned back and said to Shikamaru, apologize to Boruto for me. After saying that, he quickly rushed away into the distance. Watching Naruto leave, Jojo Akimichi asked in confusion, isn't this the 7th generation? Is he going out too? As soon as she finished speaking, Sarada grabbed her arm and ran in the direction Naruto left. As a result, they both fell down because they used too much force. It hurts. Sarada thought of Naruto's speed and was devastated. She apologized in a heavier tone. Sorry. Are you okay? Chudeo Jojo asked, why are you so active? Are you angry? At this time, Boruto and Mitsuki rushed over. Shikamaru said to the two of them, you are a step late. Looking at the lunchbox in Boruto's hand, Shikamaru smiled and said, no wonder he asked me to apologize to you on his behalf. Boruto let out a, let's go. Mitsuki said, if we chase him now, we should be able to catch up. Right now, Boruto. Sarada dragged the panting Jojo Akimichi while running towards Boruto and shouted, let me help you deliver your lunchbox. Sarada explained, we are planning to go on a trip, and we will help you bring this to the 7th generation. Didi, is that okay? Of course you can, but is there a place for me? Boruto took a deep breath and closed his eyes. No. Forget it. I'd better take it back and let my mother see it with her own eyes. He knew that my mother was making a bento, so he is. After saying that, he took his lunchbox and turned away. Ninja World. I thought Boruto would give it to Naruto. By the way, can they really catch up with Naruto's speed? Why do I feel like Boruto is upset right now? Isn't it because Naruto didn't wait for the bento made by his mother? Boruto is obviously a very sensible person. Why is he upset with Naruto? Did Naruto do something? Pure Land Minato scratched his head. Boruto? It seems like he has a big prejudice against Naruto. On screen Sarada quickly walked behind Boruto and put her hand on his shoulder. What to do? I told you, I'll deliver it to you. Boruto slapped Sarada's hand away. I told you not to, Chudeo Jojo suggested. If you don't want it, I can help you eat it. Mitsuki grabbed her shoulders and said, come here for a moment. Chudeo Jojo asked, want to confess to me? Your symptoms have become more severe after the two of them left. Boruto said to Sarada, please stop interfering. Since you know who to send it to, why hesitate? Then, even I can send it. I will definitely send it. The lunchbox your mother made for Nanashi, I will never let it go to waste. Boruto asked, why do you insist on doing this? A bento is not just for filling your stomach, right? When you know that this is a special person who made it for you. Boruto's mind flashed back to his mother making a bento. Ninja World, is this Naruto's wife? She looks so gentle. Bacon. Didn't Boruto inherit his mother's Byakugan? The little fat girl's words are so funny. I don't know where this inexplicable confidence comes from. Muai village Hyuga clan Hinata's head was like a kettle of boiling water, with steam rising from it. She will become Naruto's wife in the future. Hyuga Hayashi looked at Hinata, whose face was flushed and whose body was swaying. For a moment, he couldn't be sure whether his cabbages were too shy or too precocious. On screen Sarada still got a bento from Boruto while traveling with a Kimichi Jojo. Sarada heard her whispering to herself. He seems to be interested in me, please forgive me. Sarada ignored her, but the excitement on her face was obvious to anyone. Finally I get to see you, Dad. After running for a while, Chudeo Jojo said breathlessly, running so fast, the food in the lunchbox has been scattered. Although I still have to mix it together when I eat it. If you don't run faster, you won't be able to catch up. Besides, what's the point if he can't eat it? Chapter 213. He will definitely be very happy. No. I can't run anymore. Akimichi Jojo lay on the ground, gasping for breath. If you can't run, you have to roll forward, correct? And just then a child dressed in white with 3 Magatama Sharingan in his eyes appeared. Sarada looked over and was startled. Those eyes, who are you? Uchiha. Letter Fire Nation Muai Village Minaga Shrine. It looks like his own eyes. This person shouldn't be a survivor of the same clan. His age doesn't match. Is it a child of some survivor? Your skin is so white. You must be sick, Alice. I wonder who is the father of this poor child who became seriously ill at first sight. It can't be that he is Sasuke-sama's illegitimate child. On screen Sarada's pupils shrank slightly. Of the Uchiha clan, there are only my father and I left. Uchiha Shin took out a scroll and said to Sarada, follow me. Sarada pushed her glasses. What if I refuse? Uchiha Shin said, father told me to take you there. This is absolutely true. Sarada and Jojo Akimichi looked at him warily. Uchiha Shin spread out the scroll and slapped his palm on it with a bang. A huge shuriken tied with an iron chain appeared in Uchiha Shin's hand. Take you away. Chudeo Daidai was shocked. What do you want to do by kidnapping me? Uchiha Shin didn't waste time talking to her and directly threw the huge shuriken at the two of them. Sarada jumped into the air and threw 3 kunai at Uchiha Shin. Ding ding. All the kunai were blocked by Uchiha's iron chain. Sarada yelled, Didi. With a swish sound, Akimichi Jojo appeared behind Uchiha Shin. Her palms suddenly became bigger and she slapped Uchiha Shin. Boom. Just when she was about to hit them, Uchiha Shin jumped high, and the chains in his hand lifted up both Akimichi Jo and Sarada. Uchiha Shin in mid-air looked at Akimichi Jojo and pointed the shuriken in his hand at her. You don't need, but before he could stab her, a bandaged hand grabbed Akimichi Jojo, and then the person flashed behind Sarada. When children fight, do they really need to resort to violence? Sarada was surprised and asked. 7th generation, Naruto said to Uchiha Shin, I always think that the children in our village are well educated. Sharingan. I see, it's you. Akimichi Jojo looked adoring. You managed to make me so easily. Ninja World, they haven't seen Naruto's strength yet, right? This is a good opportunity to let them see it. I love seeing people's shocked expressions the most. Tisk. You've already got this much strength before you even graduated from the ninja school? You're worthy of being from the ninja clan. On screen Naruto said, sorry, I have to arrest you. Because I have a lot of questions to ask. Uchiha Shin frowned, and the 3 Magatama in his eyes connected together. I see. He even has the main Gekyo Sharingan. I can't show mercy to him. Ninja World, what did I see? Such a young child actually possesses the main Gekyo Sharingan. Uchiha Shin's talent is too good. This time, even Naruto has to help. On screen the huge shuriken turned into sharp blades and stabbed at Naruto's back. Several chakra hands appeared behind Naruto to block the blades. Is this your power? Sealed space, the Nine Tails asked. Naruto, it's been a while since I let go and fought. Do you want to try? Naruto said. Just a little bit. Smoke and dust rose up, and Sarada and Jojo Akimichi looked at Naruto in shock. Sarada. This is what is inside the 7th generation's body, the tailed beast, the power of the 9 tails, Naruto warned. Pay attention to the severity of the situation. Kyuubi laughed. What a hassle. As soon as the words were spoken, chakra arms grabbed Uchiha Shin. Sarada stared at the chakra arm intently. How can there be such powerful chakra? And it can be controlled so accurately. Naruto looked at Uchiha Shin and said, you hit beautifully. You have practiced well. Chudeo Jojo said admiringly. Amazing. Although I knew that the 7th generation was extremely strong, I didn't expect that he would be so strong in actual combat. Looking at his tall and straight figure, could it be that, hearing this, Sarada turned and looked at her ninja world disc. Where are we going now? What? Another Sharingan owner appears? And why does this guy look so weird? He only has one eye, it's so ugly. The nose is so crooked. What kind of strange creature is this? On screen the strange creature that suddenly appeared said to Uchiha Shin, this is the power of the 9 tails, the 7th Hokage, who is known as the strongest ninja of the present time. I can actually see it with my own eyes. It looked up at Uchiha Shin. Retreat temporarily, Shin. You alone are no match for him. After saying that, the power of its eye was activated, and after the space rotated for a while, the figures of the two people disappeared. Ninja World Massacre? He just disappeared? This is a space-time ability. He disappeared with his eyes. Could this also be the main Gekyo Sharingan? It seems that the future of ninjas won't be peaceful. But even if Sasuke won the battle, the crisis would still happen. In the divine space Obito was startled. Kamui. His face turned blue and white. Don't tell me that I turned into that strange creature in the end, or did the guy behind that strange creature take away my eyes? On screen space-time ninjutsu, Naruto took off his demon fox coat and couldn't help but sigh. Is this over for now? Akimichi Jojo ran over. Excuse me, is Nanade my real father? Naruto was stunned. What are you talking about? Akimichi Jojo grabbed Naruto's hand and placed it on top of her head to feel it up. Something's not right. A drop of sweat slid down Naruto's face. What is going on? Akimichi Jojo tapped her chin with her finger. By the way, who was that just now? I wanted to keep traveling until I found my dad. As she spoke, she hugged herself weakly and helplessly. Am I the girl who was targeted in the legend? Naruto explained. No. The one being targeted is not Jojo, but Sarada. Sarada asked hesitantly. Who are they? They call themselves Uchiha? Naruto put a smile on his face and walked over to rub her head. You don't have to worry about anything. I will protect you. Sarada looked at Naruto's silly smile and chuckled too. Okay, I can't let you two go back to the village like this. You two should come with me. This way it will be safer, together? Great. Naruto looked at Sarada and said, actually, I'm going to meet Sasuke. I haven't seen him for a long time. He will definitely be very happy to see Sarada. Sarada didn't know what she was fantasizing about. Her cheeks flushed slightly, and she used her arms to hold the food box in her arms. Chapter 214 Father and Daughter Meet. It was not until the food box made a noise when she hugged it that Sarada realized one of the purposes of this trip. She handed the food box to Naruto. By the way, I came to give you this. Naruto reached out and took it. Thank you. Sorry. Screen turn. Naruto put the empty lunchbox down. I'm full. Thank you for bringing it to me. No, please thank Boruto. Naruto laughed holding the bread. Jojo Akimichi said, Sarada's father. This trip was originally to help me find my father. Naruto was startled, looked at her and asked, that guy, Tongzi, is out. Akimichi Jojo did not answer, but asked, what kind of person is Sarada's father? I have never met him once, Sarada said somewhat depressedly. I don't remember, is that so? After all, he never came back from his trip. By the way, if you ask me, Sarada looked at Naruto. Naruto smiled and said, when I was a kid, all the girls in the ninja school liked him. After saying that, he added, same as me. Everyone in the ninja world was filled with questions after hearing this. Ninja world. Naruto, you dare say that? If I remember correctly, the girls in Naruto's class seemed to hate Naruto because he was always pestering Sasuke. Just look at Sakura's attitude towards him. Sakura's attitude towards him changed after they became teammates. Then, everyone in the ninja world couldn't help but complain about every word Naruto said on screen. And he's pretty handsome, like me. Plus, he always gets first place in ninjutsu, just like me. Ninja world. If I hadn't watched you grow up, I would have almost believed it. Indeed, Naruto is right. The last in the grade is still the first, ha ha ha. Naruto is still the same Naruto even after becoming the Hokage. He always makes me laugh. Muai Village Uchiha Clan Land. Little Sasuke has a forehead full of question marks. You are a last place guy. Do you still have any dignity left? His appearance was in stark contrast to the unreasonable but arrogant look of Naruto from Rain Country on screen. There should only be one first place, right? Is that true? Sarada couldn't help but laugh when she heard what Orochimaru Jojo said. But he has a cold personality, is self-righteous, and has a sharp tongue. He is the exact opposite of me. In other words, he is my rival, and this has not changed until now. Sarada, when I looked at you just now, I remembered Sasuke and Sakura from a long time ago. Although Sasuke doesn't wear glasses, your eyes look exactly the same. But your temperament is also very similar to Sakura, and you are also very scary when you are angry. Don't worry, even if you are far apart and haven't seen each other for many years, you will always be father and daughter, and this will never change. Sarada's eyes narrowed into crescents as she smiled. Naruto looked at Jojo Orochimaru. Jojo is the same. Her face looks exactly like Karu, but her body shape is like the former Choji. The three are on their way. Sarada's inner voice rang out. I don't know why, but I feel particularly safe when I'm with the 7th generation. This time, Orochimaru Jojo didn't complain about being tired. She even spoke while catching her breath. What's this little thing, Ninja World? Are you saying that people are dark and fat? I'm really looking forward to Sasuke and Sarada meeting. The little peanuts I saw before were so interesting. It will definitely be very interesting for Sasuke and Sarada to meet this time. The mature Naruto does have a reassuring aura. I envy the people of Konoha Village so much. They have so many outstanding Hokage who will protect everyone even at the cost of their own lives. On screen it's right in front of us. That tower is the meeting place that Sasuke and I agreed to meet. Behind Naruto, Jojo Orochimaru slumped to the ground. I can't run anymore. Take a break. Naruto smiled helplessly and said, there's really no other way. I can only rest for a while. Why? The tower is right before our eyes. Stop talking. Sarada, put down your luggage too. It is good. After putting down her luggage, Sarada said, I'm going to relieve myself. Naruto warned, don't run too far. Yes, screen turn soon. I'll finally be able to see my dad. Sarada's eyes were filled with tears. Dad, when she opened her eyes again, they were bloodshot. See this scene, Ninja World. When you thought you would see Sasuke soon, you actually opened your eyes. I think I can better understand Peanut's desire to meet Sasuke. Fire Nation Muai Village Uchiha Clan Land. Sasuke stared blankly at the little girl wiping her tears on the screen. Just because we are about to meet, I opened my eyes. He realized firsthand how much his daughter cared about him. Is this what it feels like to have a daughter? Sasuke felt his heart warm. On screen Sarada pushed the door open and walked in. It was pitch black here. But luckily there was a candle lit by someone on the column in front. Sarada walked over and took a few breaths. At this moment, the sound of the door being pushed open was heard behind me. Sarada quickly looked back. She stared blankly at the strange figure, her eyes filled with tears. Dad, but before she could finish her words, she was interrupted by that figure. How could you find this place? Sasuke looked at the Sharingan in Sarada's eyes and walked closer to her. Are you that person's accomplice? As he said this, he drew out the Kusanagi sword and stabbed it into the wall next to Sarada's head. Looking at the hand grabbing towards her, Sarada could no longer hold back her tears. Dad, Sasuke's hand paused. Ninja World, huh? You didn't recognize your own daughter. Maybe the light is too dim. Tisk, you are worthy of me, Sassy. What a great example of fatherly love. A landslide. My foolish daughter, hate me, and live your ugly life. When you have the same Rinnegan as me, come to me with power. I can understand Sasuke. After all, his Rinnegan is blocked by his bangs. It's normal that he can't recognize his own daughter. QQQQQ. Fire Nation Muai Village Uchiha Clan Land. Sasuke looked at his future self and angrily defended his daughter. That's your daughter. Are you blind? Minaga Shrine. Fugaku's face darkened compared to him. Sasuke is even less of a qualified father. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath. I couldn't help but yelled angrily, you didn't even recognize your own daughter. Is that reincarnation eye on the back of your head? On screen Sarada nodded aggrievedly. Sasuke took back his hand. Is that so? I recognized you as my father right away. Sasuke closed his eyes. After a moment, he retracted his Kusanagi sword. At this moment, the door opened and a beam of light shone and Naruto said, sure enough, it is Orochimaru. Jojo stuck her head out. Sarada, why did you act on your own? But then he saw Sasuke, so handsome. Sorry Sasuke, I was a step late. Sasuke asked Naruto, who was walking over. What's going on? Why did you bring the children here? Chapter 215 Selfless Person. At this point, Sasuke paused for a moment and was slightly dazed. Akimichi Chocho grabbed his hand and placed it on top of her head. He is handsome enough, but he should be stronger. Ninja world, he is handsome enough. If you dared to offend him like this in the past, he would probably use Chidori directly. Phew. Fortunately, at least Sasuke still knows that he has a daughter and can remember his daughter's name. This is really touching and flattering. Look how wronged Peanut is. On screen, Sasuke asked curiously, "What is this for?" Sarada clenched her fists, closed her eyes and said loudly, "Dad? I'm here to see Dad." Sasuke was startled. "I came here because I knew that Naruto was coming to see my father. There are some things I must ask for clarification no matter what." Sasuke looked at her and asked, "What do you want to ask?" That, my mother, is she my biological mother?" Sasuke. Sarada suddenly became a little excited. She shouted, "Answer me, is she my biological mother?" Sasuke asked, "What happened? What's going on?" "Dad, you're never home. Why aren't you with Mom? You can't even recognize your daughter, is that okay?" As she spoke, Sarada took out a group photo of the Eagle Squad. "Who is this woman standing next to you who wears glasses like me? Do you think I, as a daughter, can ask my mother this kind of question?" Naruto bent down and looked at the photo. "Hey, that photo." Akimichi Jojo tugged at Naruto's clothes. "I hate this atmosphere." Sarada continued, "Mom doesn't say anything. Dad is never at home. Mom and Dad can't be trusted. There are too many problems." After Sarada finished yelling, she gasped violently a few times. "Dad, where have you been? What are you doing?" Sasuke said calmly, "It has nothing to do with you." Muay Village, a group of Konoha ninjas and villagers, Minaga Shrine. Sasuke, Mikado, Fugaku had a dark face at this moment. He had the urge to slap Sasuke hard on the forehead. "How can you be a father like this, Ninja World puff?" It's still Sasuke gave it. He's getting more and more aloof. Now he's completely frozen into a straight man of steel. Sasuke is so mean. Couldn't you say a few more words? How sad must Peanut be with just such a cold sentence? On screen, Sasuke's words immediately made Sarada angry, and she ran away. Akimichi Jojo pointed at Sasuke and said, "This is so inconsiderate. I was wondering if you were my father. I can't stand it." After saying that, she turned around and chased in the direction Sarada left. Naruto said, "It's okay to tell Sarada alone the reason why you don't return to the village." Sasuke looked at the direction the two children left and fell into memories in Memory Hokage's office. Naruto asked, "Are we leaving now?" Sasuke just said, "I will report to you when I find the clues." Naruto advised, "It won't hurt to go home and take a look. Kaguya almost destroyed the world, and the one who could threaten her existence might have already been born at this moment. We must not miss any clues. After all, it took such great sacrifices to gain precious peace. This is also my journey of atonement." Naruto looked at the night view outside the window and said, "No one hates you now. Sasuke, I want to join you." Before he could finish his words, he was interrupted by Sasuke. "You are a good Hokage and you protect the village. Only I, who possess the Samsara Eye, can find traces of Kaguya. You do what you should do, and I do what I should do. This is your ideal cooperation, right?" After saying that, Sasuke walked towards the door. "Remember, treat my mission as confidential information known only to the top management." Naruto looked at his back. When a person is not told anything, it is actually very uncomfortable. "At least, tell Sarada," Sasuke said, knowing this would only make her worry for nothing. Naruto asked, "Aren't you afraid that she will hate you in the future?" "Even so, I still think that a bright future is more important." "What do you think?" "She has Sakura by her side, so she doesn't have to worry." End of memories. Sasuke's memories caused a huge sensation in the entire ninja world and even the Pure Land. Who is Kaguya? This person almost destroyed the entire ninja world. Isn't Madara the crisis of the ninja world? I still don't believe that Madara is an ambitious person. In my eyes, these two reincarnations of Indra are people who regard the peace of the ninja world as more important than their own lives. The live broadcast didn't explicitly say that Madara is the crisis of the entire ninja world. And I watched Madara grow up. I know his personality very well. So the crisis of the ninja world in the future may not be Madara, but Kaguya. So Sasuke has been investigating this Kaguya's traces all these years? So even in the future, there is still a huge crisis lurking in the ninja world? Even Sasuke, who has the Magatama Samsara Eye, has been searching for several years but has not found any clues. For a while, the ninja world was in panic. I was wrong about Sasuke. He could have done nothing for the safety of the ninja world. That way he could have stayed with his wife and children. If even Naruto and Sasuke are unwilling to protect this ninja world, then this ninja world is finished. I hope Sarada can be more considerate of her father in the future. After all, her father is a very selfless person. Pure Land Madara narrowed his eyes. Kaguya has the power to destroy the ninja world. Is she Kaguya Otsutsuki, the goddess of the rabbit? What else is going to happen in the future that I don't know about? The goddess of the rabbit is recorded in many ancient books. Not only Madara knows about it, but people in the ninja world who like to study history naturally know about it as well. But the more I understand, the more anxious I become. After all, she is the mother of the six-path sage on screen. Akimichi Jojo looked at Sarada, who was hugging her knees in front of her, with concern in her eyes. This heavy atmosphere is really embarrassing. As she spoke, she opened a bag of potato chips. Okay. I must talk to her after eating this. But the sudden appearance of Naruto in front of her made her stunned. Naruto placed his hands on Sarada's shoulders and crouched down beside her. Sarada, please believe me. Your father is a better ninja than anyone else. Sasuke reached out and touched the hole made by his own Kusanagi sword. He recalled the scene of meeting Sarada just now. His eyes were full of complexity. As soon as he turned around, he saw the child who took his hand and put it on his head. As soon as they met, Akimichi Jojo handed the potato chips in her hand to Sasuke. Here, what's the meaning? This is soup stock flavored. I give it to you. Make peace with Sarada. At this moment, Sasuke sensed something unusual, and three Magatama appeared in his eyes. The other side, Naruto grabbed Sarada's arm. Wait a moment, Sarada, please let me go. Since no one is willing to tell me the truth, I can only find the woman with glasses and ask her face to face. Naruto tried his best to persuade him. Go talk to Sasuke again. Chapter 216, Touching Acts of Fatherly Love. And on the top of the tower, the strange creature with a Sharingan was watching this scene. Then, the three Magatama in its eyes rotated, and Uchiha Shin and his son appeared from the space in front of it. Uchiha Shin's true form swung his blade at Naruto and Sarada. It's on. Believe it? Yes. Father. As soon as Uchiha Shin's true form appeared, it caused quite a stir in the ninja world. Another owner of the Mangekyou Sharingan has appeared. He is Uchiha Shin's father? He doesn't look too old. Could it be that Uchiha Shin's grandfather is the survivor of the Uchiha clan? Since Uchiha Shin's father possessed those eyes, why didn't he show up in the previous Ninja World War? What's with the Sharingan on his forehead? It looks so disgusting, and he's so ugly. He doesn't look like an Uchiha. Could this person be the same as Danzo? Rain Country Konan and Tendo Pain were full of doubts. Why is this guy wearing Akatsuki's clothes? Fire Nation Muai Village Minaga Shrine. I'm sure this guy is definitely not a survivor of the clan. Although there are some ugly Uchiha clan members, none of them look so weird based on his appearance alone. Many members of the clan were unwilling to admit that this person was a member of the Uchiha clan. Watches Naruto on the screen uses the demon fox robe to block the attack. Uchiha Tihiro said with emotion. As expected of Naruto, his reaction is so fast. He was almost hit, huh? Are you kidding? Naruto is a strong man on the same level as Sasuke-sama. On screen Naruto said softly, I leave it to you, Sasuke. As soon as Naruto finished speaking, Sasuke rushed towards Uchiha Shin's body, and the blades that stabbed towards him were all blocked by him with a Kusanagi sword. When he got close, Uchiha Shin pointed his palm at him and Sasuke stabbed him. The Uchiha held the blade tightly in his hand, trying to control Sasuke's movements. The clone flew out from behind him, blades in hand, and stabbed at Sasuke. Sasuke used his heavenly guardian force to switch positions with his clone, and came above Uchiha Shin. He raised two fingers and spit out a fireball. Ninja world. Now I can see clearly that Gaio also has a Mangekyou Sharingan on his forehead. How strange. Where did Uchiha Shin's father get these identical Sharingan? He even installed them on his own forehead, even one on the back of his head. Kisame looked distressed. Sasuke, you have no future if you steal like this. The ninjas in this ninja world are becoming less and less like ninjas on screen. The clone stood in front of Uchiha Shin without hesitation, but the power of the fireball was too great and it still affected Uchiha Shin. The next moment, Uchiha Shin and the clone fell to the ground. That's awesome, Dad, Naruto said to Sarada. His abilities are far more than this. Uchiha Shin got up. Really? Uchiha Sasuke. In order to revive Akatsuki, I must get you. Hearing this, Zyadanin from the Rain Country had a strange look on his face. Resurrecting Akatsuki? If there is no world-destroying crisis in the future, the ninja world will be completely peaceful. If that's the case, Why would he revive Akatsuki? Ninja World. Could this be a fanatical fan of the Akatsuki organization? I am also a fan of Akatsuki, not because of the rich Konan, but simply because I like Akatsuki. On screen Naruto was surprised. Akatsuki? Who are you? My name is Uchiha Shin. Ninja World. Why does he have the same name as his son? This guy doesn't look like a good person. Why doesn't Sasuke use Susanoo? I really want to see Sarada's reaction when she sees his father getting serious. It will definitely be interesting. Using a jutsu that's too powerful will affect the two children. Naruto and Sasuke must not take it too seriously. If this guy isn't a true Uchiha, then he's just a clown in Sasuke's eyes, right? On screen Sarada recalled the child she had seen before. Uchiha Shin? Isn't that the same name as the kid? Sasuke said calmly. You can confess slowly after you surrender. Now shut up, Uchiha Shin said to the clone. Who told you to rest? Stand up. The clone stood up tremblingly. Yes, father, Naruto said solemnly. Are they father and son? How could he use his son as a human shield without changing his expression? Sasuke gently swung the Kusanagi sword to shake off the blood. Naruto, Sarada is in your care. Naruto responded. They can't do anything in here, so you have to be careful. Sasuke took 2 steps forward. A smile appeared on Uchiha Shin's lips, and his pupil technique was activated. There was a puff sound, and the 3 of them looked shocked. Sasuke's Kusanagi sword suddenly pierced into Naruto's body uncontrollably. Ninja World. Controlling blades and swords is that guy's kaleidoscope ability, although his ability is not weak, but this is a Mangekyo. Compared with the Mangekyo of other Uchiha clan members, it looks too useless, doesn't it? No wonder he didn't show up in the 4th Ninja World War, otherwise the aftermath of the fight between the gods could have killed this guy. Does Naruto not even have this much perception and reaction ability? Or does he trust Sasuke too much, so he is not on guard? Naruto is obviously playing with this guy. He has been the Hokage for who knows how long, and he has been staying in the village without any chance to take action. If he really took action, the farmers living nearby would not have to plow the fields, because Naruto has already done it for them with his ninjutsu. Of course, not everyone thinks this way. What's wrong with Naruto? How can a man say no? He's just too exhausted from his job as Hokage. On screen Sasuke turned around and looked at Naruto, who was half kneeling on the ground. What's going on? Uchiha Shin said. This is my pupil power. How is it? Is it not worse than yours? Naruto held the Kusanagi sword tightly in his hands, and blood flowed from the corner of his mouth. Sarada looked worried. 7th generation. Don't worry, Sarada. I'm fine. After saying that, he looked at Uchiha Shin. This guy uses his eye power to manipulate other people's weapons at will. At this moment, the 9 tails chakra around Naruto dissipated, and the blade that had been blocked by the chakra once again attacked Sarada and Naruto. Sasuke's pupils shrank, and he flashed behind Sarada, using his body to block the blade's attack for her. Chi. Sarada's eyes widened. Not just her, the reactions of the people in the Ninja World were even more exaggerated. They could hardly believe what they were seeing. Ninja World. Could this SARS be a fake from someone else? Where did he hide a real SARS? Sasuke's act of fatherly love has moved me to death. Peanut, cry for me. Is this to let Sarada know that Sasuke actually cares about her? If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 217. Sasuke and number 039, S rival. On screen Sasuke's tone was somewhat difficult. This thing blocks my movement, Uchiha Shin said to the 3 people. Peace will stop people from evolving. I am talking about you. Species that stop evolving will eventually perish. I will accept your Sharingan. As soon as he finished speaking, Sakura suddenly appeared and punched him in the chest. Go to hell. Boom. Sakura exerted force and used Uchiha Shin's body to hammer a big hole in the ground. The smoke and dust cleared, and Sakura clenched her fists. What did you do to my husband and my precious daughter? Ninja World. It still has to be my brother Ying. This rescue is awesome. Regarding the fact that Sakura-chan is the weakest in Team 7, so she can attack without restraint, Fire Nation Muai Village Minaga Shrine Fugaku was still very satisfied with Sakura as his daughter-in-law. Sasuke hasn't been home for so many years, but she has never complained about anything, and her original intention has never changed. The most important thing is her and Sasuke's child. Peanut. He loved it. On screen Sakura looked at the 3 people and asked, who are they? I was just about to investigate. Why are you here too? Sarada stared at the three of them blankly. What's going on with him? Sakura asked. Are you okay? Naruto drew out the Kusanagi sword and said seriously, it will be done soon. Watching Naruto's wounds begin to smoke and heal Sarada, the people in the ninja world were not surprised by this then. Naruto on the screen grabbed Uchiha and the clone with his chakra palm. Sarada watched Sakura and Sasuke pass by each other without saying a word, and couldn't help but lower her head in disappointment. Is it really what she thought? Unexpectedly, Sakura quickly stepped forward and hugged her. Great. You're okay. Sarada stared blankly at Sakura as she walked towards Sasuke. After saying this, Sakura said to Sasuke apologetically, sorry, I thought Sarada had listened to the advice. No. It's my fault. You shouldn't apologize. It's just that at this moment, the strange creature with a Sharingan appeared behind Sarada inside the tower. He looked through the crack in the door at Jojo Akimichi and shouted, Sarada. As soon as she finished speaking, something unexpected happened. Naruto's two chakra arms were directly twisted off by the ability of time and space, and Sarada was also enveloped by the space. Sakura rushed over quickly and pushed her away, but she didn't know where she was taken. It's actually time and space, mother. Sarada wanted to reach out and grab Sakura's arm, but she couldn't reach it at all. She could only watch Sakura disappear from her sight. Mother. Seeing this scene, everyone in the ninja world was undoubtedly shocked. They have a lot to say. Is the space-time ninjutsu really that fast? So fast that neither Naruto nor Sasuke could react. It only looks slow on the screen. Of course it is very fast in reality. You can refer to the yellow flash, from the time that Jojo Akimichi loudly reminded Sarada to the time that Sakura pushed Sarada away. That was enough time for Naruto and Sasuke to do a lot, right? On screen Sakura is surrounded by a group of clones. She looked at Uchiha-shin's real body, slowly standing up, and a drop of sweat slid down her face. It looks like we have arrived at the enemy's lair. Screen turned. Sarada murmured. Orochimaru. Naruto explained, yes. Teacher Kakashi also said that the enemy this time might be related to Orochimaru. I heard that person once wanted to destroy Konoha village. After hearing what Sarada said, Naruto said solemnly, he is a very difficult guy to deal with. At this time, Sasuke came over. The man who calls himself Uchiha has countless Sharingans buried in his left arm. The only person who can do that is Orochimaru. Akimichi Jojo asked, so, is Sarada's mother in the hands of Orochimaru now? Naruto said, no. That won't happen. Orochimaru is currently under the close surveillance of Konoha ninjas. I don't think he has any direct connection with this matter, but to find clues about the letter, we must first obtain information from Orochimaru. Go to that guy's research institute, Dad. Hearing Sarada calling him, Sasuke turned around and asked, what? Why are you so calm? Aren't you worried about your mother? Naruto quickly came over to smooth things over and said, Sarada, Sasuke. Sasuke interrupted Naruto calmly, personal feelings will only hinder the execution of the mission. Remember this if you want to be a ninja. Hearing Sasuke's emotionless words, Akimichi Jojo, who hated this kind of atmosphere the most, passed a bag of potato chips between the two of them. Only the lightly salted ones are left. I really hate such a heavy atmosphere. The only thing that's heavy is the weight. Hold on, my fragile heart. Sarada looked at her helplessly. Didi, Naruto suddenly said, okay, in that case, you guys come too. Naruto, you? Naruto said to Sasuke, Sarada is also their target, so it will be safer if we act together. It's up to you with that. Sasuke turned around and prepared to leave. Naruto leaned close to Sarada's ear and whispered, and when we get to Orochimaru's place, we might even run into those people in the photo. Okay, that's settled. We'll set off at daybreak. Ninja world up. Naruto and Sasuke really don't worry about Sakura's safety at all. This is because you are too confident in Sakura's ability. You just believe in your companion's abilities. Besides, Sakura's strength is indeed not weak. Did Orochimaru create these Sharingans? Will Sarada meet Karin? Are these biological mother and daughter going to meet? Will they hug each other and cry? Muai village Minaga shrine. Fugaku had a sullen face. The tribesmen around felt the low pressure coming from Fugaku, and for a moment, no one discussed it anymore. After a moment, Fugaku uttered a sentence with a gloomy face. Although this fake Uchiha is a formidable enemy for Sasuke, it's nothing more than a punch for Sakura. There's really nothing to worry about. The Uchiha clan members, perhaps because he was very satisfied with his daughter-in-law and granddaughter, Sasuke's behavior of seeming to not care about Sakura's safety at all made him very disappointed. In fact, he now really wanted to meet Sasuke's little Peanut. He felt that if Peanut appeared in front of him, He would probably spoil his granddaughter to this guy instead of treating him like his two adopted sons. It seems that I need to teach Sasuke well so that he can be a qualified husband and father in the future. Even if his son becomes a villain who threatens the ninja world, he will not be disappointed in him. But he must never become an irresponsible scum to his wife and daughter on screen. The next day, Orochimaru's secret base, Naruto said to Yamato, "Long time no see, Captain Yamato, stop that. I don't want to be called captain by the Hokage." Naruto smiled and said, "I am used to calling you that, because to me, you are Captain Yamato." Chudeo Jojo said, "He is not my father." Chapter 218 Result 1. Sarada took out the photo. These people are Orochimaru's companions, but why is my father in the photo? I really don't know anything about my father, Yamato said to Naruto. The predecessors have already told me the general situation. Sorry, I have a mission and cannot leave here. I know. Next, please let Sasuke lead the way for us, Sasuke said. Follow me. Several people approached the secret base this way. Naruto whispered to Sasuke, "Sasuke, this isn't a shop you frequent. You should be a little more cautious, right?" As soon as he finished speaking, Sujetsu and Jugo appeared in front of them. "See, I told you," Sujetsu greeted Sasuke. "Long time no see, Sasuke. This is not a place suitable for bringing children," Sasuke said calmly. "That's great. Take us to find that guy, Ninja World, haha." Sasuke is really rude to Orochimaru, who taught him. After all, Orochimaru wanted to take over Sasuke's body, and Sasuke just wanted to gain power from Orochimaru to seek revenge on Itachi. They each got what they wanted. They have all grown up. That funny Shuayu looks mature too. On screen Shuayu said, Hey, what qualifications do you have to order me around?" Chongwu said, "I will take you there." At this time, Naruto said to Sasuke, "Sasuke, it seems that there is no need to find someone to lead the way." The sound of footsteps came. Orochimaru walked over slowly. Ninja World Jiraiya scratched his head. "Orochimaru, you've changed so much." For some reason, Jiraiya actually thought Orochimaru was a little pretty. On screen Orochimaru said, "Oh, what a rare visitor." Sasuke looked at him and said, "Orochimaru." Naruto asked, "Hey, how come you become younger than before? Don't you understand my situation?" "You don't need to complain about this kind of thing." Sarada was a little confused. "Why? It seems different from what I imagined." Akimichi Jojo whispered to Sarada, "Hey, hypothetically," I said hypothetically. "This person is my parents. Is he my father or my mother? Which one do you think it is?" Sarada, Ninja World PFFT, "Don't mention it." Orochimaru looks a little androgynous. On screen Sasuke said, "There is a man who looks like one of your men who wants to kill my daughter and kidnap my wife. If you have any conspiracy, tell us everything now." Orochimaru said innocently, "Did I do anything suspicious? Is the surveillance outside just for show?" "So, who is the man who calls himself Uchiha Shin?" Orochimaru said, "Let's talk in another room." "Follow me." Screen turn in the laboratory. Shin, what a nostalgic name. He was one of the subjects of the experiment and left me a long time ago. The right arm of Shimura Danzo, who fought with you, originally belonged to Shin. He has a special physique, and no matter what tissue is transplanted, there will be no rejection reaction. He is most suitable for cloning experiments. Naruto was puzzled. "Clone?" Orochimaru explained, "Let me think about it, and use a statement that you can easily understand. It is equivalent to a shadow clone that will not disappear. They won't disappear. What should I do with them after I use them up?" Orochimaru said expressionlessly, "If I want them to disappear, I can only kill them." Human beings are not so simple. Hearing Naruto's words, Orochimaru said, "Humans are much simpler than you think. They are like slaves of their genes. For example, Sasuke, your daughter looks like you because she inherited your genes. Everything is just information recorded in the genes." Sarada lowered her eyes. "Gene?" Sasuke asked, "Why does he call himself Uchiha?" Orochimaru explained, "It's just what he calls himself. Although his Sharingan is just a replica, he is the owner after all. He has a strong obsession with the name of Uchiha, especially for your dead brother. Uchiha Itachi, Fire Nation Muai Village Minaga Shrine Heisei replica? Can even the Mangekyou Sharingan be copied? No wonder that guy named Shin has so many Sharingans. Judging from his appearance, he might even want to put one on his feet. It turns out they are copies. That guy Orochimaru is really amazing. Can the clan cooperate with Orochimaru? Let him help the clan copy a few more pairs of Mangekyou. Then, if this happens, many people with extreme ideas will be born in the clan. They are just evil and devious. Itachi actually has such followers, he is so evil. On screen Sasuke said, really? I roughly understand the identity of Nobu, you should also know where he is, right? You are the only one asking questions. You have become quite shameless. Anyway, if Konoha can get hold of the tricky letter, it will be good for me. Besides, I still owe Naruto a small favor. At this point, Orochimaru looked at Naruto and asked, how is the child? Is he okay? It seems to be going smoothly. Really? Great. I'll tell you the details. Follow me. Several people walked in the dark corridor, and Sarada asked Sujetsu in a low voice, excuse me, are you my father's former companions? That's right. Hearing him say this, Sarada grabbed his sleeve. So, where's this woman? As she spoke, she took out a group photo of the Eagle Squad. Huh? Karin? She's at another base, not here, Sarada said disappointedly. Is that so? Then I have another request screen turned inside an office where documents are stored. Huh? I didn't expect Sasuke to be such a scumbag. Karin actually, for now, this is the only possibility. If I check the genetic gene, I can find out whose child I am, right? The scene changed and Shuayu opened the drawer, as if she was looking for something. How strange, I found it right here. Then, Mizuki extracted Sarada's saliva and turned on an instrument. Listen carefully, I want to compare the genes collected from you. Sarada nodded. Then I started. As soon as the words fell, the machine started to work. Fire Nation Muai Village Hokage Building. Saratobi Hirozen rubbed his chin. The equipment at Orochimaru's place is very advanced. Computers are something that came from the land of lightning. The computers in Orochimaru's base are obviously more advanced and have more functions. Looking at the screen, the computer successfully analyzed the results and displayed the words results consistent, and Saratobi Hirozen paused with his hand touching his chin. The four people in the Hokage's office looked at each other. Sarada is not Sakura's child. The good impression that Midamanen had just developed towards Sasuke suddenly disappeared. He also previously thought that Sasuke shouldn't be that kind of person after all. He had seen Sasuke's experiences from childhood to adulthood, and he could even understand what Sasuke did. But Sarada is Karin's child, which he really can't understand. Hiruno family. Hiruno Zao's face darkened. Chapter 219 Sasuke and number 039, S face is puzzled. Sakura hugged her knees and lowered her head to hide the sadness in her eyes. Uchiha clan land. Little Sasuke slapped his face with his hands, suspecting that he had seen it wrong. How is it possible? How could I betray my wife? Minaga Shrine. Fugaku shouted, bastard, his son actually did something to let his daughter-in-law down. Did the entire ninja world see this? He had previously thought that Sarada's resemblance to Karin was just a coincidence, and he also didn't think that his wooden second son would do such a thing. But now the evidence is incontrovertible. Fire Nation. Itachi looked incredulous. Impossible. My brother would never do something like that. But then he heard Shuai on the screen say, it seems that your mother is indeed Karin. Itachi was silent on screen. Naruto stood outside the door. Silent. Sarada stared blankly at the results displayed on the computer screen. I recalled the scenes with Sakura in my mind. Shuayu said, no wonder, the glasses look similar. When he said this, he saw 2 lines of tears flowing down Sarada's face. Shuayu quickly took 2 steps back. Then I'll leave first. Sarada was the only one left in the room, sobbing quietly. Fire Nation Muai Village. Minaga Shrine. Fugaku looked at Sarada on the screen and felt a little distressed. Sasuke, look at the stupid thing you did. On screen as he walked out of the office door, he ran into Naruto who was eavesdropping. Shuayu scratched his head and whispered, did I do something wrong? Naruto closed his eyes. You guys always do unnecessary things. Idiots. Sujetsu defended herself. It was obviously Sasuke's fault. Did you know this a long time ago? How could he possibly know? That bastard Sasuke. Ninja world. Even if his good friend did something to let Sakura down, would Naruto still speak up for his good friend? Hashirama, you should learn from Naruto. Sakura has always known the truth, right? After all, the child wasn't born from Sasuke's belly. How could Sakura not know whether she had a child or not? Poor Sakura. Karin is also very pitiful. They have not seen each other for so many years. She just gave Sarada a pair of glasses, but Sasuke really doesn't seem like someone who would do such a thing. On screen. And I'll leave it to you. Naruto stretched out his hand. Hey, Shuayu, wait. Seeing Shuayu had already run far away, he could only lower his arms helplessly. Naruto looked at Sarada in the room, a little hesitant. Well, Sarada, you still have to save your mother, liar. Kid A is a big liar. Why should I save someone who is not my mother? They have deceived me for so long. I don't care about their life or death. As she spoke, Sarada's Sharingan appeared in her eyes. Naruto walked over to the table, picked up the mirror and handed it to Sarada. Sarada looked at herself in the mirror and was stunned. At this point, I don't want to look like that kind of person, Naruto asked. What are you going to do? This has nothing to do with the 7th generation. As she said that, she was about to walk out, but Naruto grabbed her arm. Sarada threw him away. What are you doing? You said it has nothing to do with me, but I can't just let it go. I often say this to Boruto. To the Hokage, the whole village is my family, so what? This is just an excuse. Dad never lived in the village and couldn't even recognize my face. Mom, you lied to me for so many years. At this point, Sarada was a little absent-minded, and, we are not even related by blood. I finally understand. In fact, I don't have any real family. Also, the 7th generation is not me, so he can't understand my heart. You and I are not a family. After saying that, she wanted to leave, but her arm was still held by Naruto, so she turned around and looked at Naruto. In your opinion, is the relationship between you and your parents so fragile? The bond between people is not only time and blood, but there are things that are stronger than them. Sarada asked loudly. What else do you say, yearning? It is enough to have it, that is all. Ask yourself again, is there such a thing? Sarada's pupils trembled. Her mind recalled the scene when Sakura was sleeping in front of her bed. When she was sick in memory, little Sarada came to Sakura, who was cooking, raised her head and asked, Mom, when will Dad come back? Dad is very busy at work and can't come back right away. Sarada lowered her head. Dad doesn't care about me and Mom. Of course not. Why doesn't he come back? Sakura squatted down in front of Sarada, looked into her eyes and said, Sarada, we are the people that Dad cherishes the most. That's why he can't come back. You may not understand it now, but one day, you will understand it, Sakura said as she hugged her tight. I can't breathe, Mom, I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself because you were so cute. Sarada wiped away her tears with her wrist. Have Mom and Dad ever kissed? Ninja World, I guess not. Sorry, I can only imagine the scene of Naruto and Sasuke kissing, but Sakura. I really can't imagine it. Sasuke is obviously the type who is extremely aloof in that aspect. Just by imagining, I really can't imagine him kissing Sakura. Sarada was quite cute when she was little. Actually, Sakura has done a great job. She is more like a mother than Karin. It was not easy for her to raise Sarada with all the hardship, Alice. Sarada is just a child now. If she could stand in Sakura's shoes, she wouldn't have wronged Sakura. Our savior, look at the evil you have done. Naruto's words are always so thought-provoking. We should always look squarely at our own hearts, otherwise we will hurt the people who care about us because of our own stubbornness. On screen, recalling Sakura's past, Sarada burst into tears. Mother, Sarada sobbed and said, I still want to save my mother, but it can't be like before. What should I do? Naruto held Sarada's shoulders with his hands, looked into her eyes and said, it doesn't matter whether it's true or not, as long as you want to save her. Then, it's true. Let's go and save Mom. Screen turned. Sasuke and others had been waiting outside the base for a long time. Seeing Naruto and Sarada running out, Jojo Akimachi stretched out her hand and called out, Sarada. Sasuke asked, where did you go? Sarada stopped and turned her head away sharply, not looking at Sasuke. Naruto rushed in front of Sasuke, lowered his voice, and said angrily, Sas, give it to me. He pointed at Sasuke's face. I have something to tell you later. Sasuke looked puzzled. What's wrong? We'll talk about this later. Let's go save Sakura first, Orochimaru said quietly. It is possible that he has been killed. Chapter 220. The Clown. Sarada's eyes widened. He was obviously shocked by Orochimaru's words. Sasuke glanced at him and said, my wife is not that weak. But thank you for telling me where that guy is. I'll take everyone with me. My pupil power has just recovered. After saying that, Sasuke's Susanoo appeared. Sarada and Akimachi Chacho looked at the huge Susanoo in front of them and opened their mouths in shock. Naruto said, your pupil power has weakened? No wonder. Sasuke's voice came from Susanoo. It's not your turn to say anything bad about me. All of you come up. After facing her own heart, Sarada's eyes were full of determination. Wait for me, Mom. I'm coming. Screen turn. Uchiha Shin's said to Sakura, who was surrounded by blades and clones, in order to revive Akatsuki, I will kill Sasuke and get his Sharingan. The successor to the Uchiha name should not be him. It should be me, Uchiha Shin. Sakura clenched her fists. In other words, as long as I defeat you, all problems will be solved. As she said that, Sakura punched Uchiha with a loud bang. Gravel flew everywhere. If you dare to attack my husband and daughter again, I will never forgive you. One Ninja World Sasuke's Susanoo is really convenient when traveling. Sasuke's eye power has weakened. Just the Sharingan? You don't want the Rinnegan. Uchiha doesn't think he can kill Sasuke with just a few mangekyas, does he? Hey, very good. Peanut was shocked after seeing Susanoo. I am satisfied. Sakura is still so domineering. This punch is very much like the old days. On screen while Sakura was fighting Uchiha, Naruto and his companions had already arrived at their lair. This is Uchiha-shin's lair. Sasuke warned. The enemy is coming. Chudeo Jojo exclaimed. 3 identical people. This is what is called human cloning. The 3 clones rushed towards the forefather's order. Get rid of the intruder. Seeing this, Naruto created 3 shadow clones to deal with it. Sarada kept walking, and when she ran to the clone, a short figure rushed past the clone. She was running in the front and yelled to the back, "Sorry, Nanao. I'm going to save Mom." "Really? Sasuke, you go with her. I'll take care of this." Chudeo Jojo was shocked. "What about me?" Naruto came to her and said, I will protect you." Akimichi Jojo looked at Naruto. Her dark but not too small face began to turn red, her eyes full of admiration. Then she looked around. Several more clones appeared. "Disgusting, how many people are there?" The clone stared at the Mangekyou Sharingan. "Father's order, eliminate the enemy." The remaining clones said in unison, "Get rid of it." Naruto said, "Believe that bastard." "What are you doing?" "7th generation. They are enemies, can't we just kill them all?" "No. You can't do that. Regardless of whether they are clones or not, they call Shin their father. As a father, you absolutely shouldn't let your child do such a thing." The other side, Sakura and Uchiha-shin's figures separated at the touch, and with a ding sound, sparks flew everywhere. Uchiha-shin controlled the blade and the iron pipe, restricting Sakura everywhere and making her very passive. This place seems to be Uchiha-shin's home court. Sakura lifted the huge load-bearing pillar that was severed by the blade shuriken and threw it at him with all her might. "Go to hell, Ninja World High." Sakura's strength is terrifying. If Peanut saw this, then Peanut shouldn't be too surprised. After all, her mother is a strong lady who can smash her own unpaid mortgage house into pieces with one punch. If cloning can become popular, we won't have to farm the land and do farm work ourselves in the future, but once it becomes popular, the consequences will be disastrous. Xiaoying was so fast that I didn't even see when she put the detonating tag on the supporting column. No wonder Sasuke is confident in Sakura. Sakura is indeed strong. On screen, Sakura just curled up the corners of her mouth when she saw a dense array of blades shooting towards her. Even if she fell into the water, the blades still followed her. A moment later, Sakura, with 2 blades stuck in her arms, stepped on the water to avoid the blades behind her. Everyone in the ninja world who saw this scene couldn't help but worry for her ninja world. In fact, Uchiha-shin's Mangekyou ability is still very strong, especially in this advantageous environment. Anyway, nothing will happen to Sakura. I already knew that when Sasuke called Sarada Peanut. Fire Nation Muai Village. Sasuke sneezed. "Do you always feel like someone is talking about you?" On screen, the blade on Sakura's arm began to tremble, and she couldn't help but cry out in pain. "You can't escape my Sharingan." Just as the shuriken formed by the blade was about to hit Sakura, boom! Sasuke's complete form of Susanoo appeared in time and dispersed the shuriken formed by the blades. This blow directly broke Uchiha-shin's leg. Mother, Sarada ran towards Sakura. "Mom, your injury." Sasuke pulled the blade from Sakura's shoulder. "Amaterasu." Whoosh! A ball of black flame burned the 2 blades. Sasuke asked, "Can you heal your wound yourself?" "Yes. Thank you, husband." Ninja World. Ugh. This is the price for hurting Sasuke's wife. A broken leg. You deserve it for provoking someone you shouldn't have provoked. This is the Sasuke I know. As long as he's a little more serious, he can deal with any difficult enemy in the ninja world. Sasuke only needs to use a little force to deal with an enemy with a Mangekyou Sharingan. "Sakura, I'm so sorry. I'm going to fantasize about your husband being my boyfriend. Although I'm not from Konoha, my wish is that Hashirama and Madara can live in harmony like Naruto and Sasuke." On screen, your leg is injured like this. You can no longer move. I will take you back to Konoha for investigation. Just as Sasuke walked towards Uchiha, the clone blocked Sasuke's way. Sasuke said calmly, "Get out of the way, it's none of your business, don't let, protect." Father Sasuke raised his Kusanagi sword and was about to chop it down. "I'm not as soft-hearted as Naruto." Sarada's eyes widened. How could my own father actually kill a child? The clone closed his eyes at this moment. Sarada closed her eyes and shouted, "Stop." Dad, Ninja World ha ha ha. Sasuke feels the same way as he did back then. I really admire this kind of Sasuke. No matter who it is, anyone who stands in front of him should be considered an enemy. I like this kind of Sasuke the most. Cold and ruthless. Sasuke is so charming. Naturally, not everyone thinks so. Some people think that the clone is a conscious child and Sasuke's actions are too cold-blooded. However, more people believe that if Sasuke was not strong enough, the clones would not be merciful to them. Chapter 221, Scared into 3 Jade. On screen, hearing Sarada's shout, Sasuke stopped what he was doing suddenly. Sasuke and the clone vomited blood at the same time with a clang. The Kusanagi sword fell to the ground. Uchiha Shin's mouth curled up. Uchiha Shin used his eye technique to form the blade into a long sharp cone, which directly pierced the clone and Sasuke's bodies. Uchiha Shin stood up and looked down at Sasuke, who was half kneeling on the ground. The situation is reversed. Hey, you are indeed weak. You are like this because you are bound by the boring so-called parent-child relationship. Ninja World. After seeing this scene, everyone fell silent. I think I saw that fake Sasuke appear again. I actually fell into such a trap. Is Sasuke too weak? This must be fake. Was it me who was caught in a genjutsu, or was it Sasuke who used a genjutsu on Uchiha Shin? On screen, Uchiha Shin looked down at Sasuke and said, "You are the shame of Uchiha. I will inherit Itachi's will and revive Akatsuki." Sakura said softly to Sarada, "Don't be afraid, Sarada. Your father is not that weak. This kind of injury won't defeat him. Believe us, Mom and Dad will definitely protect you." Sarada discovered that her parents' affairs were not what she had imagined. Uchiha Shin looked at Sakura, a hint of disdain appearing at the corner of his mouth. "It's no use changing people. I will stab your whole family to pieces." Thinking of this, he controlled the blade and stabbed Sakura. Sasuke activated his heavenly hand power and switched positions with Sakura. Sakura appeared in front of Uchiha Shin and punched him hard in the face. Boom. Looking at Uchiha Shin, who was lying on the ground, Sakura said, "You just said that the love between parents and children is meaningless, but I don't think so. Don't underestimate your parents." After saying that, she also fainted. Mom. Sarada hurriedly ran towards her screen. Naruto was still fighting the clone. Suddenly, the clone was startled. "Calling me?" With that, the clones around Naruto and Jojo Akimachi instantly left. Judeo Jojo asked in confusion, "What happened?" "I'm not sure, but Sasuke should be done with it, so let's go too." Next scene, when Naruto arrived, Sasuke looked at Uchiha Shin, who was moving backwards, and said, "It's over, Shin." Blood was flowing from the corner of Uchiha Shin's mouth. "Now I can only let Zin and the others serve as bait. I will withdraw first." Seeing a group of clones blocking in front of him, Uchiha Shin laughed. "It's not over yet, you guys. Start." As soon as he finished speaking, the sound of a few knives entering the body was heard. With Chi-Chi-Chi, Uchiha Shin, whose body was stabbed by the clones' blades, had disbelief in his eyes. Several people present, including those in the ninja world, were also shocked. Ninja World. Uchiha Shin was attacked by the clone. It's what he deserves, but would the original be betrayed by the clone? These clones obviously have their own thoughts, and are not much different from real human children. I was very interested in clones before, but after seeing this, I decided to give up. On screen, Uchiha Zin said weakly, "What are you doing?" One of the clones said, "That's enough. Useless bodies should be thrown away. This is what my father taught me, you guys. I am the real me. Father's pupil power has weakened. From now on, we will let it evolve." "This is the most reasonable," Sakura said in a complicated tone. Is this the so-called evolution you are pursuing?" At this moment, Naruto seemed to sense something and reached out to protect Akimachi-jo behind him. Soon, a shocking scene appeared. I saw countless clones walking towards me in front of me, and I couldn't see the end at a glance. Behind it, there is an extremely huge clone. Are there still so many? Uchiha Shin was obviously also a little surprised. When did there were so many? The clone looked down at him. "We created it. Father, no longer needed." Naruto saw the clones rushing towards them and formed a seal to create shadow clones to deal with them. The huge clone had just raised his fist when Sasuke knocked him to the ground with Susanoo. Naruto shouted, "Don't kill anyone, Sasuke. You are still so naive at this time." The strange creature with a Mangekyo Sharingan appeared behind them. It looked at Sakura. "I can't die yet. You come with me, medical ninja." Just as space was distorted behind Sakura, Sasuke turned around and shouted, "Sarada, I know." Sarada responded and threw a shuriken behind her, interrupting the other party's spell. Then she jumped high and smashed the strange creature with her clenched fists. "I'll protect you, Mom." A Megadama appeared in Sarada's eye socket. She tilted her head to avoid the blade flying towards her and punched the strange creature hard in the eye. Go to hell. With a loud bang, smoke and dust rose up and the earth cracked. Even Naruto couldn't help but praise the power of this punch. Sharp. Fire Nation Muai Village Minaga Shrine. Looking at the destructive power caused by Sarada's punch on the screen, Fugaku's heart was filled with pride, as expected of me. Ahem, Sarada is amazing. The tribesman looked at him strangely. Mr. Fugaku, Sarada, are you sure she's not Sakura's biological child? Sarada and Sakura have too many similarities, and Sasuke-sama is definitely not that kind of person. I think there must be some misunderstanding here. Fugaku was silent. You'll find out after you read it. To be honest, he didn't believe that his son would do something like betraying his wife. I just hope the live broadcast can give him the truth. The best outcome is to clear Sasuke's name on screen. Naruto pinched a clone's stabbing blade with his hand. Do you want to fight again? Kakakaka. The blade in Naruto's hand shattered, and he raised his scarlet eyes and looked at the clone's Mangekyou Sharingan. Calm down. The clone seemed to be in a sealed space at this moment, and his pupils suddenly contracted. The huge fox in front of him breathed out hot air at him. The clone was trembling slightly all over, his face covered in sweat, and the kaleidoscope in his eyes had unexpectedly turned back into 3 Magatama at some point. Ninja whirled directly from the Mangekyou Sharingan. It was frightened to 3 Magatama. Haha, has the nine-tail been reduced to being used to scare children? Naruto, is being a Hokage so tiring? You're too lazy to even use the Rasengan. I seem to hear the nine-tail's inner voice. It said, I get excited when I see the Sharingan. Pure Land. Madara sneered disdainfully. Since when can the tailed beasts shock the Mangekyou? What kind of Mangekyou would be frightened by a tailed beast? Kaleidoscope of garbage on screen. Naruto said to the clone, don't be afraid. As long as you don't continue to do bad things, I won't do anything. The clone's body trembled even more violently, and the blade in his hand could no longer be held firmly, and fell to the ground with a clang. Chapter 222. Is this a misunderstanding? Sasuke looked at Naruto and said, you are so easy to talk to. They are just children. They need to be taught to distinguish between what they should and should not do. Hearing Naruto's words, the clones looked confused and innocent, and looked at each other with pure eyes. Sasuke said to Uchiha, inherit Itachi's will? You don't understand him at all. And Akimichi Jojo ran towards Sarada. Well done, Sarada. The Uchiha clan is indeed powerful. You are extremely strong. Eh? Sarada, your eyes have become like your father's. Sarada. At this time, Sakura ran over and hugged Sarada in her arms. You, child, are really worrying. Sorry, luckily you are okay. As she spoke, Sakura hugged Sarada tighter. I can't breathe, Mom. Sakura quickly let go of Sarada. Sorry, Sarada then looked at Sasuke. Dad. Sasuke turned his head at the sound. Are Dad and Mom's hearts connected? Sasuke hummed. Why are you so sure? Sasuke whispered, because you are here, Sarada. Sarada's pupils kept trembling and her eyes quickly filled with tears. Akimichi Jojo whispered, that's great, Sarada. Okay, let's go back. Screen turn on the road. Akimichi Jojo complained, I traveled here to find my dad, but ended up finding Sarada's dad. Sarada asked, do you want to continue the journey to find your biological father? Chiudeo Jojo thought for a moment. Well, my current father is not bad, so I'll just use him for the time being, make do with it. Where's my biological father? After that, she met Kage and Ino, who were chatting at the gate of Konoha village. But at this moment, Shikamaru, is much thinner than usual, suddenly found a handsome guy. Ninja world, you didn't even recognize your own father? Even an outsider like me could see it. Tisk. Konoha village is full of talented people. So, Sarada didn't meet Karin even after returning to Konoha? The clothes and hairstyle are the same, but the body shape has become thinner. Well, the story of this video should come to a perfect end. Sarada found her biological father who couldn't recognize his daughter, and Akimichi Jojo found her biological father who she couldn't recognize herself. On screen, Akimichi Jojo walked over. May I ask if you are? Dinksy asked with a strange look on his face. Oh? Didi, are you here to pick me up? As he said this, he placed his palm on the top of Chiudeo Jojo's head. Thank you, Chiudeo Jojo murmured, this feeling, as expected. What's wrong? I know. Suddenly realized, I see. This is probably the first time that Kage and Jojo have officially seen one of this size. Right, eh? Is it really? Dad, Dinksy looked down at her. I am the father. What is this? The secret technique passed down by the Akimichi clan. Yeah, about the same. Chiudeo Jojo said expectantly, I want to learn too. Please teach me tomorrow. Dad, at this time, Naruto, Sasuke and his group came over. Tongzi, Jojo has been looking for you. Dinksy touched the back of his head and said with a silly smile, I can't help it. I was on a mission before, Ino greeted Sasuke enthusiastically. Sasuke, long time no see. Just as Ino was about to step forward, Sarada blocked her way with a wary look on her face. Ino didn't understand screen turn or Orochimaru's test base, huh? How is this possible? Sarada is Sasuke and Sakura's biological daughter. Listening to Karin's words, Sujetsu asked in confusion, so, that umbilical cord? Karin pointed at the umbilical cord on the table. It's Sarada and Sakura's. When Sakura was about to give birth, I helped her deliver Sarada. Ninja World. So, this is a misunderstanding. I guess most people in the ninja world have already determined that Karin is Sarada's biological mother, but suddenly there was a reversal. Then why does Sarada look like Karin? It's probably because Sasuke bit Karin too many times to heal his wounds, so there are Karin cells in his body. Fire Country. The Fugaku family all breathed a sigh of relief anyway. It's good that Sasuke didn't betray Sakura, otherwise, the whole ninja world would know that Sasuke was a scumbag and cheated on his wife after marriage on screen. Is this true? Karin, you always mention Sasuke every other sentence, idiot. As long as Sasuke is happy, I'm satisfied. Besides, there is friendship between women too. Let's just take it as the truth. Sujetsu put one hand on his waist and asked, so you have completely given up on Sasuke? Karin was silent for a moment. You don't understand. Bonds come in many forms. Oh, by the way, Mizuki, you bastard. Go apologize to Sarada. And give her a pair of glasses. The one I gave her before was too small. Screen turned Zaioi and put the food on the table and said helplessly, really, what can I say about you? You are my biological daughter, silly child. Sarada lowered her head and said then turned to look at Sasuke and said, Dad, I'm sorry. Sasuke said, don't take it to heart. This is definitely like me. Next scene. The next day, the main gate of Konoha village. Sarada looked at Sasuke reluctantly. When will you come back? Seeing that Sasuke didn't answer, Sarada lowered her head unexpectedly. Sasuke walked straight forward and hugged Sarada in his arms. Dad, don't show that expression. Sasuke looked at Sarada in front of him, his eyes full of tenderness. He stretched out two fingers and gently tapped Sarada's forehead. See you next time. Sarada's cheeks began to turn red, and she touched her forehead with a silly smile. Sakura smiled slightly, walked forward and handed the bento to Sasuke. Here, lunchbox. Sasuke took it. Sakura bent down and looked at Sasuke, as if she was expecting something. Sasuke was stunned, thought for a moment, analyzed a little, then turned and left. Goodbye, I'm leaving. Sakura was dejected. Is there no share for me? That's too much. Sasuke held the bento's hand and tightened it slightly. Ninja World, it's quite cozy. It's rare to see Sasuke being so gentle. Because of this blunder, Sasuke almost got labeled a scumbag. Sasuke, are you too embarrassed to tap Sakura's forehead in front of your daughter? By the way, that girl named Karin is really affectionate towards Sasuke. A new title has appeared on the screen. Is this perhaps Urzuzi's cutest episode? What does this mean, Nizuzi? I remember that was Sasuke's nickname, only for Kage rocks? That means the third Hokage was still alive at this time, when Naruto and Sasuke were children. On screen on the streets of Konoha, Kakashi said to Team 7, so, today's mission is complete. Disband. Is this the end? It's only 10 in the morning. Why are there so many boring missions recently? When will the S-level missions be available? Hearing Naruto's words, Sasuke crossed his arms and said, S rank. What an idiot. Sakura also said, what are you talking about? We are still just Shin'an. Naruto asked with a lively look, is there nothing more exciting or exciting? No, disband? Kakashi walked away. Sakura looked at Sasuke expectantly, then Sasuke, let's be alone today, I'm going home. Naruto said seriously, wait a minute, there is an S-rank mission that we can also perform. A mission that belongs only to us and has failed countless times, that is to see Kaka's face. Uncover the enemy's top secret. Chapter 223. Thick lips? Buck teeth? Ninja World. Naruto still knows how to have fun. Haha, to be honest, I'm also curious about what Kakashi's face looks like underneath the mask. Judging from his facial shape, he is definitely a handsome guy. Why does Kakashi always wear a mask? Is it because his face was injured before? It feels like Naruto and Sasuke's daily life seems more relaxed, and my mood becomes more relaxed unconsciously. In the ninja world of Space, Abito perked up a bit and said with a curled lip, tisk, boring. Pure Land. Kushina rubbed her hands together. She was actually very curious. Kushina encouraged Naruto. It's not that much. I also want to see Kakashi's face under that brat's mask. I entrust this wish to you. Come on. Minato's mouth curled up slightly. Kakashi's face? He's quite handsome. Lin's eyes were focused on the screen. Kakashi's true appearance. On screen. Why are you pretending to be so arrogant? I think you should give up this idea. Right, Sasuke. When saying this, Sakura recalled the past. In memory, Naruto narrowed his eyes and asked the two, I say, don't you guys want to watch? Sasuke asked, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? Is there any need to explain? As he said this, Naruto showed an evil smile. Kakashi-san's bare face. Sasuke put his hands in his pockets, turned around and said indifferently, HMPH, boring. I'm not interested. Today's mission is over, I'm going back. Sakura agreed, yes, but what she was thinking was, it's obviously very interesting. Naruto narrowed his eyes again, put his palm to his mouth, and whispered to Sasuke's back, could it be thick lips? Sasuke paused. Naruto's words continued to echo in his ears. Thick lips, lips. In his mind, the image of Kakashi pulling down his mask, revealing a pair of thick lips emerged. Sasuke's body was like seaweed, swaying in the wind. Naruto chuckled. Take another bite of my anime. Smiled slyly again and said, or is it buck teeth? Buck teeth, teeth? Sasuke's mind conjured up an image of Kakashi with two ridiculously large buck teeth. Sasuke's body shook from head to toe as if he had been electrocuted. Watching this scene, Naruto had an evil smile on his face. Ninja World, haha. Sasuke's reaction is indeed quite cute. Kakashi doesn't really look like this, does he? Otherwise, why doesn't he show up? Even when he was talking on the phone to Naruto after taking a hot spring bath, how is that possible? Judging from his facial features, Kakashi shouldn't be too ugly. Even if he has thick lips, they aren't that exaggeratedly thick. QQQ. The Kakashi in Sasuke's mind is so funny. In the divine space, Obito felt for the chin of the mask. Thick lips or buck teeth? No way, no, humph. What does it have to do with any whether Kakashi has thick lips or buck teeth? Pure Land. Looking at Kakashi in Sasuke's mind, Lin covered her mouth and giggled. It's really funny. On screen, Ichiriko Ramen Restaurant. Kakashi's voice came. But it's really rare that the three of you would get together to treat me to ramen. Kakashi raised his head and said, is it going to snow? At this point, Kakashi looked defensive. Not really. Or, is there some other intention? The three kids in class 7 all turned pale with fear. Naruto looked flustered, and his voice was trembling. You, what are you talking about? Sakura smiled and explained, this is to celebrate Kakashi's discharge from the hospital. Come on, eat quickly, eat, really? Then I won't hold back. At this time, the hand beater put Ichiriko Ramen in front of Kakashi. Sorry for the wait, the barbecued pork is from us. The three little ones sat upright, but their eyes were fixed on Kakashi, who was piecing apart the disposable chopsticks. I'm going to eat. Seeing Kakashi put his fingers on his mask, the three little ones' eyes widened with bloodshot. At this time, Sasuke, three people from class 10 suddenly rushed in, blocking the three people's view. Naruto and Sakura were horrified. Sakura yelled, get out of the way. Inabor, what? Naruto's tone was full of anxiety. I didn't see it. While the few of them were arguing, Kakashi clasped his hands together. Thank you for the treat. It's delicious, so fast, Kakashi said in confusion. What's wrong? Sakura's thumb was still touching the corner of Ino's mouth. Hearing this, she smiled at Kakashi and said, nothing. Naruto seemed to have discovered something and exclaimed, huh? Several people were stunned and looked in the direction of his gaze, and saw Aim put his fist on his chest, his cheeks slightly red, and there were little hearts in his eyes when he looked at Kakashi. Even when she hit him with her hands, her cheeks turned slightly red. The three little ones, whose painting style was broken, were shocked. Wow. You care so much? Ninja World. Very good. Kakashi's appearance has successfully aroused my curiosity. Come on, Naruto and Sasuke. To satisfy my your curiosity, you must see what Kakashi looks like. That fat guy must be Jojo's father, Choji Kimichi, right, and Naruto's future assistant, Pineapple Head. Naruto and Sasuke look so cute together, haha. I'm lucky enough to see Sasuke like this in my lifetime. My life has not been lived in vain, Sarada. Come and see your parents. On screen. In this case, I have to take a look at it even if I have to hold back my anger. Seeing Naruto's unwilling look, Sakura asked, but how do you want to see it? Well, Naruto showed his extremely evil smile again. I will do whatever it takes to see it. Sakura punched him on the head, I'm just asking you what means you're going to use, idiot. Naruto rubbed his head. So then, Sakura, do you have any good strategies? Well, Sasuke put his hands in his pockets and said, follow that guy thoroughly and keep an eye on him. He will take off his mask eventually. Sakura blushed and said admiringly, as expected of Sasuke, so smart. Naruto was dissatisfied and said, what is this? It's super ordinary. What did you say? Looking at Sakura, who was standing in front of him with a ferocious look on her face, Naruto said to himself, forget it. Screen turn. Kakashi walked down the street with a bag of items in one hand. When he passed by a bookstore, he immediately dropped what he was holding, leaned against the glass, and looked at the covers of the books while grinning foolishly. Ohihi. Behind the billboard not far behind him, looking at the silly Kakashi, Naruto asked in confusion, what is Kakashi-sensei doing? I really misjudged him at this moment. Kakashi turned his head sharply. The three of them quickly lowered their heads and hid them behind the billboard. Sasuke whispered, we've been discovered. Sakura said in a reproachful tone, it's all Naruto's fault, that's why we were discovered. Naruto defended himself, it's not my fault. Kakashi turned his head sharply and looked at the billboard in front of him. Intimate Paradise movie version original work, Jiraiya Movies. Buy an advance ticket. Kakashi ran away with a silly smile. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 224 Hectares. Ninja World. Kakashi is indeed a pervert. This white-haired pervert, is this the 6th generation of Konoha village? When he takes the throne, all he needs to do is use some beauty tricks, and Konoha will fall without a fight. Jiraiya laughed heartily. Haha. Do you like my work so much, Kakashi? Divine Space. Obito's face twitched. Lin, I remember I told you that this boy is a sultry pervert, right? You see, I didn't lie to you. Pure Land. Kushina slapped her forehead and said speechlessly, same character as Jiraiya-sensei, how did Kakashi become like this? It must be the 3 generations of old men who led them astray. Minato looked embarrassed. Kakashi, your personality has indeed become more lively and cheerful over the years. As your teacher, I am happy that you can come out of the shadows. Lin stared at the wretched Kakashi on the screen with her mouth wide open. Faith collapsed overnight. Kakashi, you are being impersonated, right? Hatake Sakumo. On screen. Sakura, it moved. Sasuke, follow. Naruto, oh. The 3 of them followed in an alley. Kakashi had just turned a corner when 3 figures appeared behind him. Gone. Sasuke frowned and said, oh no, he escaped, damn it. Where did you go? At this moment, a voice suddenly came from behind, scaring the 3 little ones so much that their teeth could not stop chattering. What are you doing? Do you want to talk to me about something? The 3 little ones shook their heads violently. No. Nothing. The 3 little ones turned their heads tremblingly. Their faces turned into squares with fear. Ninja World. It's hard to imagine that Sasuke, who is full of hatred, can show such an amusing expression. After all, if he had gone through things like that, Sasuke would have been nothing more than a child. If it hadn't happened, maybe Sasuke would have had such a lively personality. You scared the 3 of them like this? Is it that scary? Kakashi won't eat them. On screen. Next scene. Naruto said in frustration, I said, why were we discovered? Sakura said, maybe there are too many people, eh? As long as the aura is eliminated, it doesn't matter how many people there are, right? At this point, Naruto approached Sakura with an evil look on his face. Or did you forget to use the ninjutsu? Sakura, Zioing punched him on the head and said angrily, you are talking about yourself. Sasuke said calmly, following that guy can also be considered as training. Let's go one by one. Sakura looked at Sasuke with a crazy look on her face and said, yeah, let's ignore Naruto. Screen turn. Ninja World. Why does Naruto get beaten up all the time? When he said this, he might have been ready to be beaten. Sakura used to have a really bad temper. To be honest, Sasuke's method is not very effective. Even if he saw it, he didn't see it with his own eyes, so what's the point of tracking it alone? On screen. Kakashi recited the contents of the book in his hand in a low voice. At this time, Junko said, I only have eyes for you. When he walked into the alley, before Naruto could follow him for a few steps, he found that Kakashi was no longer there. Naruto hurried over and looked around. Naruto was dumbfounded. Screen turned. Sasuke and Sakura took a sip of their tea. Then, They all looked at Naruto, who was scratching his head with an embarrassed look on his face. Let him escape, Sakura. You are still so stupid, Sasuke. You are such an idiot. Screen turn. It was drizzling in the sky. Sakura hid behind the bushes and secretly observed Kakashi standing in front of the memorial. Sakura complained, really? What is Kakashi-sensei doing? He hasn't moved since just now. Sakura was surprised, not knowing what she had thought of. Could it be? She rushed out and came in front of Kakashi. Sakura screamed as she looked at Kakashi disguised as a scarecrow. Screen turn. Naruto and Sasuke took a sip of their tea. After drinking, they both looked at Sakura, who looked embarrassed. Then, they both lowered their heads. Screen turn. Sakura and Naruto took a sip of their tea at the same time. Ninja World. Sasuke, it's over so soon. What happened? Why is there no scene of Sasuke getting humiliated? Could it be put into memory? When I saw the two of them drinking tea together, I knew there would be a result. If nothing unexpected happens, Sasuke will also fail. Damn it, can't you really see Kakashi's face underneath the mask? Kakashi, I advise you to take off your mask immediately. Be careful of your 3 students who may grow up and play the bell game with you with the determination to kill you. I really want to see if Kakashi has buck teeth. Team 7, damn it, on screen. Sakura asked, Sasuke, what happened? Sasuke turned his head away and answered irrelevantly, we should stop following him. I don't know what he has been through. Then, the 3 of them lowered their heads. Screen turned. The main entrance of Konoha. Naruto cheered, let's go. Sasuke, today's mission is to help out at the ranch. Sakura, the mission itself is no big deal. Naruto, I'll definitely have to see it with my own eyes. The 3 kids were in sync and thought to themselves, Kakashi-sensei's bare face. Kakashi seemed to sense something was wrong and asked in a strange tone, what's wrong with you guys? You seem to be particularly motivated today. Naruto and Sakura shouted, I am very motivated. Kakashi smiled and said, oh, that's good. Next scene. The 3 little ones put their heads together. What should I do next? Sasuke said, don't worry, I have an idea. Any ideas? Screen turn. In the hot spring. Naruto and Sasuke emerged from the hot spring. Naruto looked at Sasuke, bubbling, and said, I see. This is a good idea for Sasuke. In this situation, people usually take off their masks. Sasuke also gurgled and said, okay, shut up. You're such an idiot. Naruto shouted, Teacher Kakashi, are you still not done? Coming right up a moment later, an Mista figure wrapped in a bathrobe walked over. Naruto and Sasuke stood up in anticipation. Sorry for the long wait. Just soak for a while. Naruto and Sasuke looked at Kakashi, who was covered with a white veil, and fell down at the same time. Ninja World, is this even possible? Isn't Kakashi afraid of lack of oxygen? Didn't he say that he would just soak for a while? Kakashi has a nice body. Naruto's butt isn't as white as Sasuke's. Fire Nation. Itachi's mouth twitched. My brother's butt was seen by the entire ninja world. What should I do in this situation? Chapter 225. Sky Muai Village. Uchiha clan land. Sasuke slumped on the table, wanting to die. Rain country. Naruto covered his face with his hands, not wanting to live anymore. How embarrassing. They showed him naked in the hot spring to the whole ninja world. Fortunately, Sasuke was there to share the embarrassment with him. On screen. Next scene. The 3 little ones put their heads together again. Naruto said listlessly, hey, I really can't take it anymore. I'm really stressed. Sasuke slowly closed his eyes. I have reached the limit of my endurance. Sakura also looked listless and said, Sasuke, to be honest, me too. Naruto held up his last bit of spirit. In this case, let's use the last resort. The last resort. Screen turn. The 3 little ones have changed into ninja costumes from an unknown small ninja village, with only their eyes exposed. How do I do this? Take off the mask. Even if you have to force it. Screen turn. Kakashi was maintaining the stables. The 3 little ones ran behind him. One of them stared at Kakashi with his big blue eyes and said loudly to Kakashi, hey. Hatake Kakashi. Kakashi turned around and asked, what happened to you 3? The little ninja with big blue eyes stepped forward and pointed at Kakashi. You, what did you say? We are just ordinary ninjas. We are not here to see your bare face under the mask. Ninja World. Ho ha ho ha. Naruto is so funny. Naruto is so stupid. He actually exposed his purpose directly. Naruto, the way you're dressed is the same as if you weren't wearing any clothes at all. Well, don't think about it. This plan was ruined by Naruto himself. On screen turn. Naruto looked at Kakashi with his small eyes. Hey, Kakashi-sensei. What do you look like under your mask? What? You want to see under my mask? Why not just make it clear from the beginning? Sakura asked. Then are you willing to show us? Kakashi put down the intimate paradise in his hand and said nonchalantly, "It doesn't matter." Hearing his words, the three little ones rushed up to him. What? Seeing the three little ones looking at him expectantly, Kakashi put his hand on the mask so, the image of Kakashi's thick lips and buck teeth once again emerged in the minds of the three little ones. The three little ones' pupils trembled. Sakura, is it the thick lips? Sasuke, buck teeth. The image of Kakashi's face and his cherry lips flashed through Naruto's mind. Is it a cherry mouth? Under this mask, Kakashi pinched his mask between his fingers. Under the mask, the three little eyes were fixed on Kakashi. Kakashi pulled up his mask, his eyes smiling into crescents. It's still just a mask. The three of them were petrified and fell to the ground with a thump. Hoha! Naruto wailed. What is this? Ninja World, I thought this guy really wanted to satisfy Team 7's curiosity. Won't it be difficult to breathe wearing two masks? Haha. That little cherry mouth is so funny. I can hardly suppress my curiosity. On screen, end of memories. Sasuke's lips curled up. This mission is perfect for a day like this. It seems that he has not been defeated by difficulties. Sakura showed the double standard vividly and agreed. That makes sense, but what should I do? I have tried many methods before, but none of them worked. Naruto confidently put his hands on his hips and said, "It's okay, I have a good idea." What is it? Photos. Find all the photos of Kakashi-sensei so far. You can always find one, right? Ninja World, good idea. In those photos, there might really be a picture of Kakashi without a mask. What if Kakashi has never had a photo taken showing his face? Many people think that Naruto's method is very reliable and will definitely be able to see Kakashi's true face, but Sakura's next words on the screen successfully slapped them in the face on screen. He forgot to tell you, I checked this before, and they all wore masks. As Sakura finished her words, a young man with brown curly hair came over with a camera and took a picture of the three of them. In the ninja registration book submitted to the Hokage, the photo without makeup should be used. Having said that, those data are regarded as the top secrets of the village and cannot be easily seen. Naruto looked serious. He heard it. It won't matter if someone hears it, right? Sasuke asked. Who are you? The young man said, I am the photographer Skaya, running around looking for exclusives. Naruto asked in confusion. Aren't we going to the south or the north? Sakura said helplessly. Naruto, why do you only care about insignificant things? Anyway, I was looking for an exclusive, and I heard something interesting. Sure enough, he was heard. Naruto suggested, just kill him. Sakura punched Naruto on the forehead. Idiot. Sasuke understood and said, that's right. Remember, the ninja registration book stipulates that you must use a photo without makeup. Because it is so natural, everyone overlooked this point. The young man Skaya said, let me join your action. Sasuke asked, what is your purpose? Skaya explained, if I can take a picture of Kakashi without makeup, it will be the headline news since the founding of Konoha. If the higher-ups want to suppress this matter, I can also make a lot of money. Well, if you get the money, you have to treat me to ramen. It's a deal, Skaya said. Dumplings are fine too. That's settled. It's getting more and more interesting. Ninja World PFFT. Naruto, you are really a good student of Kakashi. Ha. Well done. This Skaya is quite handsome. As expected of a great ninja village, handsome men and beautiful women can be seen everywhere. The second Hokage said, the evil Skaya actually wants to blackmail the village. Divine Space Abido didn't think much about it, but just felt that this guy named Skaya was somewhat familiar. Pure Land Lin also felt that Skaya gave her a familiar feeling, but she couldn't put it into words. Lin wondered to herself, have I ever seen him before? Minato had a mysterious smile on his face. Fire Nation Muai Village Hokage building. Sarutobi Hiruzen looks strange. Is Kakashi too bored because he has no missions, so he starts playing with his students again? On screen, evening. Is this where the confidential documents are stored? This is an infiltration mission. After that, Sakura looked at Skaya. Skaya, can you keep up with us? Okay, after all, I was a little ninja before I became a photographer. Then let's start the mission. Swish, swish. The figures of several people disappeared in an instant. The guarding ninja inside Yuan's screen turned. Several people came to an iron gate, and Sasuke was using 2 iron sticks to unlock it. Naruto and Sakura looked around anxiously. Naruto looked anxious and whispered to Sasuke, are you still not done? Sasuke, stop talking so much. Etc. Skaya suddenly said, can I come? End of this chapter. Thank you so much for reading until the end. Don't forget to give it a like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription or donation encourages us to continue. Thank you all, see you in the next video.